What's going on? I am Nando.
Ah!
Hey guys, I'm Diggins.
Oh, and this is the most nitpicking podcast where we pick apart a piece of pop culture by looking exclusively at the details. Woo!
I don't know what Diggins' thing was.
Oh, well, yeah, the listeners don't know this because, of course, this is an audio medium, but I was just walking by the window making silly faces.
Yeah, he's a crazy guy, that Diggins. He's got peas on his head.
Everyone loves me because of the silly faces I make when I walk by the window.
Mm-hmm. I'm shocked neither of you went for Marge Simpson voice because that was
good luck.
The voice of this movie. Fascinating choice.
And I'm DJ.
That was more
no,
Patty and Selma.
I'm DJ. No, we can do it. We'll get there. But
yeah.
before that, you guys... Homie. Yeah. Ella McCay. But you guys, speaking of Ella McCay didn't get any love at the BAFTAs last night, I don't think.
I really doubt it.
It did come out last year, right? So it's technically
it's eligible.
Yeah. I remember the trailers for this movie, like early trailers that set it up as an Oscar movie. That was like, oh, this is. But I could see maybe British people thinking this is what America is like now, or something, or like wanting America to be like this, and going, well, let's reward Ella McCay. But either way. The BAFTAs were last night, guys, and there was a huge controversy. I'm sure you guys heard about it.
I did.
Timothy Chalamet would not get off his damn phone. And was apparently Alan Cumming, even though Alan Cumming said, the host of it, Nightcrawler, said, Flag and Floop said to put away your phones. Timothy Chalamet was photographed on his phone looking at memes of himself. You can see the memes. It seems like they were sent to him by a friend or something, but still, one thing you don't want to get caught doing on phone.
Sorry, Nando. You don't know how traumatic breakups are. So
is he broke up?
Yeah, didn't he break up with Khloe Kardashian or Kylie, whichever Kardashian he was with?
He's still with Kylie Jenner in the pictures. They were there yesterday. She's next to him, so I assume they're.
I thought
unless they broke up during the ceremony, they were
still that info.
He had to immediately look up memes because they broke up during the ceremony.
He is probably just like trying to. That was probably promotion for Marty Supreme, DJ. If you saw him breaking up with her on like the side of the road, that was actually a bit. I got
parodied accounted.
Oh, you parody? Fool!
I thought Hoops Crave, but no, Hoops Crave is a fake account. This is
what is it say? Is it like an actual parody or is it just a lie?
Is it one of those satire websites where they just say things that are not true and they're like,
yes,
it's satire, and you're like, what's the joke?
It's that one. What's the problem is in the past, if I saw a blue check mark, I would have known it was real.
I don't want to alarm you, DJ, but about 6 years ago, a person named Elon Musk ruined Twitter. No, I'm leaving that 6 years ago. When was it?
It's been 3. I think it was 2023.
Okay.
Yeah.
It feels so.
But
you're right.
You know, it's an easy way to not get duped like that, DJ?
Yeah.
To not be on X.com, the everything.
Ask AI. That's right. AI would know.
So sorry.
Ask Grok specifically, of course.
At Grok, is this real?
Yeah. At Grok, show me Timothy Chalamet in little bathing suit. No, Grok, you fell for it again. I will say, I'll show you guys the picture to show you what.
Yeah, please do.
Timothy Chalamet. Yeah. So, like, we saw a couple pictures. These were. I don't know where they came from, but like the Daily Mail or some shit. I don't know.
Someone else who had their dang phone out.
Yeah, that's true. The real villain of the whole thing. But so this is, and I'm not sure if it gave you the. Oh no, I guess this one will be the image.
Yeah, I can't quite see
him.
Yeah,
you can't see it. Yeah, I'll show you the picture that's like a closer up, so you can see that he is clearly looking at a picture of himself.
I love that
in a text.
Oh, that's great. I love that.
I think the bigger thing that
just for the ultimate humiliation of DJ here, he's in this first picture you sent clearly showing something to Kylie Jenner.
And then there was another controversy about like Alan Cumming made a kind of sex joke to Kylie Jenner because he offered everybody snacks. That was part of his bit. He like would walk around with like a little thing and be like, "Would you like some?" You know,
not
whatever,
his
fucking
voice,
super crisp, whatever's. What's his voice? He's Scottish.
He's Scottish.
Would you like some?
Scottish.
Hi, matey. I don't know. Anyway,
he's not British.
Wow,
he's explicitly not British. Yes.
Well, in the BAFTAs he has to be. He has to code switch.
Take it to your Scottish. Do Scottish Alan Cumming.
Mm-hmm.
And it's tough because he doesn't do that voice. He's Nightcrawler. He does more of a...
He does German Alan Cumming.
Yeah, right. German Alan Cumming, yeah.
Oh, leather. Do you like a super crisp?
Oh, yeah,
that's actually pretty good. Wow. All right.
Yeah.
I got my...
Going around
you were
everybody.
coming for me, DJ, thinking I couldn't do it.
Alan Cumming for you, sir.
That's right.
But yeah, he was offering people candies, and he offered Kylie Jenner a candy called Jammy Dodgers, but he specifically said, have you ever had your lips around a Jammy Dodgers? And then that was funny. She laughed, but people got mad.
But then Timothy Chalamet went up on stage and slapped Alan Cumming.
Yeah. But the more important thing here, and I think this has to be addressed in the pictures, is this is not just Timothy Chalamet looking at these pictures or Kylie Jenner looking at these pictures. The Safdie brother behind him is also looking, and I think he may be the ringleader of this whole operation because he's the director. So I think we should give Timmy a little break, even though he's been kind of annoying recently, because it might be the Safdie's fault. I don't know.
It usually is.
Is it? Well,
but this is the good Safdie that made this, and not the one that made Smashing Machines. So we do have to hand it to him.
Well, maybe this is unfair to the BAFTAs, but I mean, who cares? Like, it's the BAFTAs. Like,
that's true.
Wow. The British Oscars, DJ. You're just going to throw them in the trash.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're the British Oscars. Like, they're what's your power ranking? So we got, if Oscars is one, now you got to shuffle all these and put them. You got the Golden Globes, you got the SAG Awards, you got the BAFTAs, you got the one that's...
you mean the Actor Awards, DJ?
Right.
They're not the SAG Awards is something dumb.
They did. They're the PGAs, right? Producer Guild Awards. Which where you putting them?
AARP's movies for grown-ups.
Yeah,
right.
Teen Choice Awards, Teen Choice Awards,
Nickelodeon Kids Choice Awards, MTV VMAs, MTV Music Awards,
Letterboxd Top 20 of 2025. That's
the Razzies.
Well, maybe we will get to Ella McCay, but before that, I feel like BAFTAs is a solid third, maybe behind SAG for me.
Yeah,
maybe
BAFTAs
second,
is pretty
honestly.
high up there.
Okay,
yeah, it's pretty legit. The reason I like it the most is because it's giving me Hamnet points because it not only has Best Original Picture or whatever, but it has Best Original Picture British as a title, and Hamnet won that. So very good.
Nice.
It created a special category that can reward me. Although
and me, I also
did
took
well,
Hamnet.
so, yeah.
I was a fool who didn't. I haven't looked at my movie fantasy league in 2 months because it's over.
Doing a lot better than last year.
We should. Yeah, we haven't actually done. We should give a quick update. Yeah, because we haven't.
Well, I mean, they haven't sent out a new thing yet, so whatever we put will be like a week kind of behind. I feel like we get the emails usually on Tuesday.
Aren't baked in there yet, yeah.
I mean...
Yeah, and the BAFTAs are probably pretty big for like points.
I get it.
I think so,
but
yeah.
We've never... Well, we gave that one update when we found out that someone did mostly nitpicking and mostly nitpicking with no space.
That's true.
I have some bad news for the person in that. It's not happening. Sorry, two gay witches. It's not happening. 1894 points.
It's not happening for the two gay witches either. So that makes sense.
Oh, that's true. Somebody didn't watch Agatha and the House of Harkness or whatever. So it could happen.
Let me just read the top two because they're pretty clustered with 4197 points by Masakazu. SpongeBob, Secret Agent, One Battle After Another, Sinners, K-Pop Demon Hunters, If I Had Legs I'd Kick You, Dust Bunny, Silent Night, Deadly Night.
That's great.
That's theirs.
Damn. They have One Battle After Another and Sinners? That's
Sinners.
crazy.
And K-Pop Demon Hunters.
That's pretty clutch.
I guess that's why everything else they picked is like $5 or less.
Well, and they have Secret Agent in there, which is also pulling real well for me. It's like my third highest performer. So that's got to be great for them.
That person's winning. And then second with 4144 points, this is James Cameron's Avatar 3 Wire Me Cash. Left-Handed Girl, I'm Becoming a Guinea Fowl, Now You See Me, Now You Don't. Arco, If I Had Legs I'd Kick You, One Battle After Another, Hamnet, and Sentimental Value.
That one's going to win, I think. But I do think One Battle of Sweep and then Hamnet and Sentimental Value is going to push that one over the top. That's my guess. But I was waiting to see if one of them did that, and yeah.
Well, James Cameron's Avatar 3 Wire Me Cash, Nando thinks you're going to win.
I feel good about it, yeah.
Now, Nando, I have to read the third place one, because even though they're behind by over 100 points, I guess it wouldn't matter because they have the same things. Never mind. I'm just gonna read it anyway.
That's why this is not like no fun, but that's why at the end it's like the final four where it's like we all have the same
right.
bracket. Yeah.
It's another 28 battles later. One battle after another. Hamnet, no other choice. Sentimental value, 2,000 meters to Andrivka. Wake Up Dead Man, The President's Cake, and The Voice of Hind Rajab.
So there's some differences there, right? They have no other choice, which I don't think the other one has. Mm-hmm. So if no other choice manages to get best foreign film, even though it's not nominated for it, that I was going to say for them.
It'd be pretty hard when it's not nominated, Nando.
I think are there some docs in here that like got nominated? Maybe like I assume.
I mean, Hind Rajab, I think is a doc, right?
And so the 2,000 meters to Andrivka, I assume that's a doc, right?
Yeah, but it's not nominated.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
not
I don't
think
Oscars
those
can make up.
It's won some stuff, but.
All right, well,
we need like a big gap. I think the other thing I like about Person 2, and I don't remember if Person
James
1
Cameron's
had
Avatar
this.
3 Wire Me Cash.
Yeah, because that one had If I Had Legs I'd Kick You, which is also doing pretty well for best lead actress or whatever.
They definitely cracked the code.
Unfortunately for them, Jessie Buckley is going to win that at the Oscars.
Yeah, that's the tough part. And but this is interesting.
Yeah.
It's all about whether Sinners is able to do it, if the Academy has beaten racism and, more importantly, their hatred of horror, or if they still hate those things.
What will
be the deciding factor?
What will the Oscars overcome first? Racism or their hatred of horror?
Racism.
Yeah, I think. Okay. Racism of everybody or just the black people? I think baby steps. They can get rid of one bit of racism. I think that will be replaced with other racism that just won't be addressed yet. But they really hate horror and science fiction and stuff like that. You really have to twist their leg to get anything.
They've already think they've fixed themselves because, but we did Green Book and Moonlight and
Get Out, right? They were really nice to Get Out, which was both of these things. So why do they have to give any of those people one thing again?
That's true.
No horror people, no black actors, directors. Why? They already got their one 8 years ago.
Yeah. Well,
I mean, they didn't win, but they got nominated, which is an honor unto myself.
Yeah, it's an honor to be nominated. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's what we say.
When is the Oscars? Like 2 weeks, right?
March. No, it's like 3. It's really late this year. It's the 15th, which I will say when it's late, it gets kind of fucky with the calendar because the last time it was really late was the year that Coda won. And that was, and I know there were some who attributed that win to the lateness of, because there was another one up that year where it's like, no, this one's gonna win.
Oh yeah, well, not was gonna win, but was that the Favorites year? There were some way better movies.
It was 2022. Oscars.
Definitely better ones. Yes, Coda's fine, but wasn't the best picture of the year.
We're all Googling now.
Nomadland was that year? No, that's 2020.
Nomadland won. So
Belfast, Drive My Car, Dune, King Richard, Nightmare Alley, Power the Dog, West Side Story. This was a weird fucking year. West Side Story
got a Best Picture? Wow.
Yeah, this was a weird fucking year.
It was nominated.
Don't Look Up.
Lost to Coda.
Oh, Don't Look Up.
Nando's favorite movie.
I'm gonna read this whole list
the other day.
And
if they were brave, Nightmare Alley or Dune were, I think, the most interesting movies on that list. Although I haven't seen Licorice Pizza, so maybe that's as good.
Drive My Car, also phenomenal.
Oh yeah, I don't think I've seen that one either. But yeah, I know I've heard Belfast is not very good. Obviously,
I don't like Belfast personally.
So annoying. Yeah,
some people I know whose opinions I respect like Belfast. I found it interminable.
Yeah, I've heard that from a lot of people. And then you got King Richard, which is a biopic about an athlete. Who cares? Licorice Pizza might be interesting. Power of the Dog, good, and Western. That's something the Academy loves.
I thought Power of the Dog was really good.
Yeah, and the West Side Story, really well made musical, but is that going to win an award like this? I don't know.
I mean, West Side Story did win Best Picture, the first one.
That's true. Yeah.
So I'm remembering now as I'm going through all the movies, it was Power of the Dog was the one. It's like, it's going to win. It's a Western. It's Benedict Cumberbatch. And then
looking back at
But like I have no fond memories of that movie. This really was like a gap year.
Really?
Power of the Dog
was
really good.
Yeah, it's what's his
Power of the
name?
Dog's better
Jesse
than Coda.
Plemons was in that one, which was fun.
I agree. I mean, the only movie I really like on this list is like Dune. Like everything else, I'm like,
Yeah. You saw Nightmare Alley though, right? Nightmare Alley was cool.
And
Nightmare Alley.
And then the other movie that's not on that list, but I am seeing on other like nomination things, was the Tragedy Macbeth, which I thought was really good. And I would take over almost every, like at least half the things on that list.
That's a good one.
But yeah, was this a year where like Power of the Dog? Well, no, because Apple made Coda. I was going to say, was the Netflix of Power of the Dog something that like held it back? But yeah, that was, and this is a post, what's the other Netflix movie that had won the year before? Right?
Roma?
Yeah.
Was Roma?
But Roma didn't win.
Oh, it didn't win?
Didn't Roma?
Maybe it won the Golden Globe or something.
Yeah, but that was another one where it's like, Roma didn't win? No, how did that happen? It was... No, Nomadland.
Oh, that was the year Green Book one. Ooh.
Yes, that was the Green Book year.
Oh, okay.
They solved racism. They picked Green Book.
They did solve it. And then they fucked it up again just now, probably. That we'll see. Maybe they'll save it again.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe they'll fix racism again.
Yeah, I'm interested to see how it goes. I feel like, also, if I remember correctly, last year was like a pretty, last year was a lot of brutalist, right? Yeah, I'm looking at the list now.
Yeah.
Brutalist, Stan Baker. It was a very, if I remember correctly, I just want to see who won Best Picture last year. Oh, Nora. Yeah, it was a very white year for the Oscars. And like, I feel like they tend to go in waves of like reacting to that and going like, oh, maybe that was a mistake.
What are you talking about, Nando? That was the year of Amelia Perez.
Amelia Perez, New Jersey's own, Zoe Saldana, baby. But yeah, and it was Conclave. This was the Conclave Assance.
Yeah.
We're very close. But instead, we got, Benora, which is an interesting one looking back at all of those movies and kind of Dune, The Substance, Wicked, Complete Unknown, Brutalist. Yeah, like Nickel Boys. But Nora's fine. Nora's interesting.
I like Nora.
Yeah. But we'll see this year. We got a lot of contenders. I do know one movie that's not a contender.
Oh.
It is a little picture, a little independent. I don't know, somewhat independent, probably not independent. I don't think
independent at all.
Like not independent, but like, so it was made by like, I wouldn't be surprised if James L. Brooks financed this too or something. Cause like it's such a weird little passion project that I can never quite tell who was behind it. And he's got all that Simpsons money. But anyway, of course we are talking about Ella McCay, the 2025 mega hit that I saw in theaters by myself and nobody else saw. That is now on
that's
Hulu.
depressing.
I know. That was a nice.
Is that why you made
this
do this? Is like some kind of weird retribution thing?
No, I saw it. I just saw it was on Hulu and I was like, oh, this is gonna be fun. And it's really weird. And we'll get to it, but I'm very excited about this because this is an incredible movie. And I am in charge of the IMDb Business Spelling Bee because I won last week, so this will be quite a show. It won't be that much of a show. I had a tiebreaker, tip my hand a little bit, that I almost did, but I think it's too much. We can't do it. But I have another tiebreaker that I like a lot. So I'm fine with doing the other one, but I don't.
It'll be a shame when one of us wins concretely and we don't do the tiebreaker.
I just don't think you could handle the first tiebreaker. So we'll get there. But first, obviously, we've talked about Ella McCay. Like I said, direction.
I would say if we can't handle you at your first tiebreaker, we don't deserve you at your second tiebreaker.
That's a good point. Well, we'll see. Maybe we'll do both. The first one is pretty quick. But this was a movie by James L. Brooks, written and directed by him, who made like As Good as It Gets and like obviously The Simpsons.
Made many good movies.
Yeah, something he has made these before. But they're not this bad. But he hasn't made one in a while. That's kind of the really interesting thing about this. He came kind of out of, movie retirement at least to do this. And it stars, confusingly, Emma Mackey as Ella McCay. Her last name is spelled Mackey in real life and MCCay in the movie. Along with Jamie Lee Curtis, Albert Brooks, Woody Harrelson, and a bunch of other people. It's a pretty, I want to say star-studded affair, but there's, everywhere you turn, there's somebody. And yeah, it's a very strange little thing. And the first thing we do with these for people that this is their first episode, because we got the McCaniacs here to support us, is we do a little game called the IMDb B as in spelling bee, where I take my esteemed co-hosts and they have to guess the summary of the movie as dictated by IMDb.com. Yeah. And the IMDb summaries are honestly the way they create it is pretty it's pretty mysterious. There's a pile of rocks in the middle of the redwoods, like that forest. Every so often, nobody knows what does this, but something rearranges the pile of rocks and puts something under the pile. Yeah. So it could be a guy. It's probably just the guy, but it could be a monster. It could be the apes from Planet of the Apes that live in those movies. Speaking of Woody Harrelson. But either way, if you go and check once a week, once every 2 weeks, depends on, January, sometimes it gets a little lighter, you will find under the pile of rocks scrawled in, a piece of bark with sap as ink, the summaries for movies that are coming out that week, and IMDb, which I imagine is headquartered somewhere in, California or whatever, gets these, harvests them, and puts them online for us, and that's how we get our summaries. So, yeah, we got one for Ella McCay this week. I will say, pretty solid. Okay. I think this will be. I don't have a ton of faith that one of you will nail it because of kind of, let's say this, it's written in a way that's like, I wouldn't be shocked if the director wrote this summary as well. So that's why I'm like, this might be a little tricky, but you might nail it. So we'll see. Who would like to, or who has the privilege of deciding who goes first?
Diggins.
I believe I do, on account of, I think we can all agree some technicalities that happened last time. With
sure.
Good luck, have fun, don't die.
Sure.
So I am going to choose to go first.
Okay.
As we've all agreed with the new meta, that's the strategy.
That's right. And unless one of you does really well, this will give a very strong, potentially, advantage in the upcoming tiebreaker.
Okay.
Or tiebreakers.
Overachieving do-gooder Ella McCay must juggle a repentant father, an agoraphobic brother, and a troublesome husband, along with lots of other familial problems with the responsibilities of her new job when she ends up governor of the state she was born and raised in.
Nice. I'm going to need you a little more specific on that. No, just kidding. DJ, take it away. What's yours?
Yeah. Okay. When young, smart, up-and-comer Ella McCay finds herself thrust in the new position as governor of a Midwestern state, she must balance her. Where does the Midwest begin then? She must balance her newfound duties along with family struggles as she determines the right path forward to make sure she stays true to herself.
Okay. I do just want to clarify one thing. Just ask Diggins a question about his summary because I can't remember it. But as DJ was doing his, I was like, oh, I should have checked. Diggins, did you say the name Ella McCay in your summary?
He did.
I did.
You did too? Okay, never mind. So then, okay, you both did. It was very even. First of all, Ella McCay, not in the summary. Yeah.
Nice.
And I'll read you the summary and then we'll go from there.
Love it.
So here's the summary. An idealistic young woman juggles her family and work life in a comedy about the people you love and how to survive them.
Jesus fucking Christ.
I know. It's schmaltzy, but it's the tone of the movie in a very specific way. So, yeah, Diggins, you said juggle. You used juggle. I like juggle. Used familial. DJ also said family, and you described Ella McCay as young. So that's why you should get 1 point for those, and it evens out. So I have... Yeah, I don't know.
Is this your intended time? So wait, what was the tiebreaker? You're like, there's no way. You can't do it.
Do you want to try it? It's tough.
I want to know the premise. I want to know the premise of it. I
won't tell you the premise unless you decide, elect to do it.
Yeah, I want to do it too. Yeah,
okay.
Me too.
Here's the premise. This is the premise of this bit.
It's a bit now.
Or this one, and I'm going to call it. I kind of have it. This will be the hashtag Emma McCay challenge. As a part of the movie that everybody knows and loves is the Ella McCay poster, as I'm sure you're both familiar. She doesn't do it in the movie. It's weird, but this was, for some reason, how they chose to market it as a woman trying to put on a shoe and keep her balance while maybe walking or fix a heel or something. There was I don't want to say challenge, that's probably not it, but a trend, minor as it were, people taking pictures doing the Ella McCay pose. I'm going to give you both 5 minutes. I will read the trivia for the movie Ella McCay in that time. I want you to give me a picture. Just send me a picture from my phone of you doing the Ella McCay pose. It has to be like a selfie. You can't have Michelle take it. You just got to do it, and then I will fill the dead air with Ella McCay facts.
All right.
So I don't have a timer up, but 5 minutes I'll be generous, but take your time. And mute your video so I can't see. Okay, cool. All right. And while they're doing their things, and I will put these on the thing, obviously, eventually. Here's some Ella McCay trivia for you guys. This is Julie Kavner's first role outside of The Simpsons since Click in 2006. Julie Kavner obviously plays Marge, and she is the narrator of Ella McCay, so that's interesting. This is also director James L. Brooks' first feature film since How Do You Know?, which I don't really remember that, but it has a very similar vibe to this. It also has Jack Nicholson in it, he's in As Good as It Gets, which I would say is like his most well-known one. This cast includes one Oscar winner, Jamie Lee Curtis, and 3 Oscar nominees, Woody Harrelson, Albert Brooks, and Kumail Nanjiani, who was nominated for Best Screenplay, not acting. Okay, trivia. You don't have to qualify that. I think it's fair to just say he was an Oscar nominee. Whatever. Okay, this is my favorite one. Emma Mackey, who plays the eponymous character of the film. Last name is just a spelling variation of the character's surname. Mac or MC, Mick, whatever, found in Scottish or Irish names simply means son of, with Mac used in Scottish names and Mick used in Irish names. Moreover, the Mac part in Mackey is the more traditional Irish pronunciation. In fact, James L. Brooks admitted he thought about changing the title after casting the similarly named Emma Mackey into the role, but ultimately said, I had lived with the film title for so long, I decided to slog along with it. Isn't that interesting? Would this maybe be the first instance of an actor getting cast in a movie and then them going, you know what? Your name's almost the name of the guy in the movie, so we're going to call it that instead. Let's see what else we got. One of the 2 costume designers for this film is Anne Roth, who was born in 1931. Let's see if she's still alive, still going strong, because that would make her, my goodness, it does seem like she is still alive. So I'd put her in her 90s. And that would also, she may be the oldest costume designer for a Hollywood movie. Maybe. We'll see. In the movie, Emma Mackey portrayed the character Ella McCay being 34 years old. Emma Mackey was actually 29 years old in 2025, with her birthday being on January 1st, 1986. And this is the 3rd film collaboration between James L. Brooks and Julie Kavner, following I'll Do Anything, 1994, and The Simpsons movie, 2007. They also collaborated on The Simpsons and numerous other television shows. And that's one of the first things you notice when you start watching Ella McCay is you're like, wow, that's, pretty crazy, because it's like, you never hear her voice, but she is in this movie largely a disembodied voice. So that's pretty cool. And those are all the trivias that are on IMDb. I was going to look at some other stuff, give you more information. Movie's an hour and 55 minutes long. So I kind of stuttered there. An hour and 55 minutes, not an hour and 15 and 5 minutes, whatever that would be. But it's not a tight 90. Budget estimated $35 million. Opening weekend, $2 million in U.S. and Canada. Worldwide gross, $4 million. 4,568,645. So, not amazing, but it could be worse. It filmed largely, and this is something that is kind of interesting because the movie does not give you any information about this. It filmed largely in Rhode Island, Providence, Rhode Island. So, you could maybe say that that's where this takes place. However, officially, that is not, that is not confirmed within the movie, which is a fun thing, which I'm sure we will talk about. Let's look at the parents' guide. Okay, this is the parents' guide. If you guys watch this is usually pretty funny. It tells you about the amount of sex and nudity, violence and gore, profanity, alcohol, drugs, and smoking, or frightening and intense scenes. So I just want to go over the content ratings here. They gave it a mid for sex and nudity and a mid for alcohol, drugs, and smoking, as well as a moderate for profanity. The profanity being a comic reference to profanity being strong language. And then violence and gore is a comic reference made to castration. And a man roughly grabs another by his jacket, but this moment is brief. So that's why if you're worried about that and you're like, should the kids see it? Probably can handle the violence and gore. There was a lot of sex in terms of references, but that's not anything too exciting. That's pretty much it. This film was rated PG-13 in the United States. I see both of you have returned.
Yes.
I haven't specified how we're going to send me these, so I would say, can you DM me on Discord?
I texted you, but I can Discord it to you if it's
perfect.
All.
Yeah, send these over to me on Discord right now. All right, now I have both of your things. I have them on my computer, so I'm looking at them. Okay, that's DJ's I'm looking at. And then let's see Diggins. Diggins is interesting. Okay. I want to look at them side by side. I'm going to give a point to whoever I believe did the best work. Has the most Ella McCay-ness to them. This is tough. I'm going to say, and this is just a point that will go into the next round, which is the real round.
Okay.
Looking at both of them, I think they're both terrific.
Great.
Let me open up the Ella McCay poster one more time. Oh, man. Oh, wait a second. And I know this isn't a mirror image because I know what TJ's house looks like. I think Diggins gets it this time because Diggins got the orientation of the arms and feet correct.
No.
I was very careful about that.
You use your left hand to fix your heel and use your right hand for balance, whereas Emma uses her left hand for balance, right hand for heel.
Yep, that's right. That's right.
I do think yours is potentially framed better. So if you had the right framing, but something about it, I was like, this isn't quite it. And I'm gonna say Diggins gets the point there.
That hurts. That hurts real bad.
So I think we should be able to put that into the Discord. I might want to blur out Diggins's feet just for sexuality.
I don't want to end up on any
purposes.
Diggins, did you put on a jacket at least? I had the decency to put on a jacket.
No,
that's a good.
Diggins,
that's a good one. But the pose is the most important thing. And if you had tied on the pose, I think I probably would have given it to you, DJ. Because the other thing I liked about DJ yours is that it's like a front on shot and you're looking down at it. You have the same look that Ella has of panic, whereas Diggins has, I don't know how this came up, a zen kind of look on his face of well,
because personally, and I don't mind saying this, I find this extremely easy to do.
Yeah. Well, that's the part of the challenge. You gotta make it look difficult, but either way you won, so congratulations. You have a point.
Now granted, unlike Ella McCay, I'm not wearing heels, so probably in heels it's harder, to be fairness to her.
That's
well, she also probably had stuntmen, all kinds of rigging and such. So I haven't seen this any deleted scenes for this movie, by the way. I haven't looked for them, but I wonder if there is a deleted scene where she does this, because there's no way it's not in the movie at all,
Right?
But maybe it is. I don't know. It's pretty iconic.
I'm not sure she was wearing heels at any point in the movie.
That's a good point. I feel like she wears the jacket near the end of the movie. I think. I gotta watch it again. All right, let's watch it again. It looks. I don't know. We'll see. But before that, we have a game. This is a real tiebreaker game. Although Diggins, you're going into it with, I will say, a handy 2-point lead.
Wow, amazing!
Because there are, like the last one, there's quite a few of these. We'll run through these real quick. And this is going to be a heads up, like quick draw challenge, where I'm going to read you something, and you have to buzz in with a sound that we will determine. So, DJ, what will your buzzing, or Diggins, what will your buzzing sound be first? As the winner of the last game, you get to choose.
That's fair. Yeah, I'm going to say mine will be just a simple little...
Perfect. DJ, what will your buzzing sound be?
Mine'll be shoom.
Right. Perfect. Very different. Okay. So what I'm going to... And this game is called The Name Game. However, much like Ella McCay, Emma Mackey, it's kind of a coincidence that it's named that, because that's not actually what it is. In fact, this is a game, because you may remember this. The title Emma McCay refers to
Ella
the
McCay.
titular, whatever her name is, the actor and the actress. I don't know if you heard my trivia, by the way, but apparently they thought about changing the name of the character in the movie to Emma McCay or Ella Mackey, because they were like, they're pretty much the same name. But then they didn't, because they were like, we already got this other name. But Ella, wait, what's it called again?
Ella McCay.
Ella McCay is a movie that is titled after the main character in it, who only exists within the world of the movie. Okay. This is not the first movie to do that. In fact, there's quite a few. And I have a list of movies that are a first and last name of a character within the movie. I tried to find ones that aren't real people. I'm pretty sure I teased all of those out. Some of these are not original characters for their movie. They are fictional characters, related to this. But I think you'll all, you'll get where we're going with this. And these are all movies where the title is just the first and last name. And all I want to do is I'm going to start reading and I had to find a good list for this on Letterboxd. I'm going to read the Letterboxd summary until one of you buzzes in and tells me what the name of the movie is.
Oh my God.
They are movies that I think you're probably pretty familiar with. And some of the titles are more, or some of the summaries are a little bit more obvious than others.
Okay.
So I'm going to give Diggins his first 2 points here. And like I said, just buzz in. I'm going to, and obviously some of these have the name of the guy or girl in them. So I'm going to, skip that. That will be blank. But DJ, do you have a question?
I would say, to be clear, you didn't want to do this because you thought it would be too hard.
No, I thought the picture would be too hard. I thought that would, We'd never done a physical challenge before.
Okay.
And also, I wasn't sure if I'd have 5 minutes to trivia, which I didn't. Okay. But I looked up all the other stuff. I figured there'd be goofs, but there's no goofs for this one. IMDb used to be good at goofs. All right. So I'm going to go through these movies. We're going to go real quick. Like I said, some of them are pretty simple. And like I said, I'm pretty sure all of them are fictional. I should check. I'll double check on this one because I do like it here. But anyway, you guys buzz in whenever you know it. Right. However, if you buzz in once and then you're wrong, you don't get to buzz in again. So
gotcha.
Keep that in mind.
So we got one. We got one chance.
Yeah. Here we go. First one. A small suburban town receives a visit from a castaway, unfinished science experiment named blank. This is a movie. Yes, Diggins?
Is this Johnny Five?
This is not Johnny Five.
Oh, no, that movie's called something else.
DJ? That's true. That movie is called Short Circuit.
Yeah.
Shoom.
Right.
I can read it again if you want. I think that's fine.
Yeah, please.
Okay.
I'll take
A small suburban town receives a visit from a castaway, unfinished science experiment named blank.
Would
you like to take a guess, DJ?
Dave McSteven.
I have another guess, knowing that it's not. I won't get a point,
Yep, you can take a spiritual point for this one if you can get it.
Is this Chappie?
It is not Chappie. Like, okay, so I was very specific about these are first and last names.
Last name, I know, but I wanted it to be Chappie.
That's fine. This is actually a movie called Edward Scissorhands,
which is
fuck. Yeah. Okay. But these, so some of these are, like I said, most of these are movies you've seen or at least heard of.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Real guess. Okay. All right.
Next one. A voluptuous black woman takes a job as a high-class prostitute in order to get revenge on the mobsters who murdered her boyfriend. I'll tell you one more time. A voluptuous black woman takes a job as a high-class prostitute in order to get revenge on the mobsters who murdered her boyfriend.
Oh, boy.
It doesn't seem like either of you want to take a guess. DJ, any guess?
Mrs. Clump.
No, because it wouldn't be Mrs. unless that's her first name.
I don't know.
I like
you
that
have to
you
say
went
like Edna Clump.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Wait, you said Edna Clump Diggins? No, that's not it either.
I know.
But Diggins, you want to take a guess?
Gosh, I don't think that I do.
Yeah, I was going to say.
This is the classic 1974 Foxy Brown, starring Pam Grier. That's all right. We'll get more of them.
This game might be too hard for me and Diggins.
No,
he might just win out of the photo.
You'll eventually catch him. Here we go. Blank is a war-weary former military captain who is inexplicably transported to the mysterious and exotic planet of Barsoom and reluctantly becomes embroiled in an epic conflict. Yes, Diggins?
This is John Carter.
That is John Carter, correct. The 2012 Andrew Stanton John Carter. All right, next up. Rita, an underrated lawyer working for a large law firm more interested in getting criminals out of jail than bringing them to justice, is hired by the leader of a criminal organization. Say this one more time. Rita, an underrated lawyer working for a large law firm more interested in getting criminals out of jail than bringing them to justice, is hired by the leader of a criminal organization. Yes, Tickets?
Is this Michael Clayton?
It is not Michael Clayton.
Oh.
DJ, want to take a guess?
I mean, I got nothing.
This is, in fact, a movie called Amelia Perez. This is the summary for Amelia Perez.
Jesus Christ.
Yep.
Fuck, it is. Right. You're right. Fuck.
Yep. All right, next up. Here we go. A listless and alienated teenager decides to help his new friend win the class presidency in their small Western high school. DJ.
Napoleon Dynamite.
This is Napoleon Dynamite, correct.
Okay.
That's a summary for Napoleon Dynamite. Okay, next one. Blank used to be a typical sports agent, willing to do just about anything he could to get the biggest possible contracts for his clients, plus a nice commission for himself. DJ?
Jerry Maguire.
This is Jerry Maguire, correct.
Couldn't think of it.
All right, next up. A father who can't keep his promises dies in a car accident. 1 year later, he returned. Yes, Diggins?
This is Jack Frost.
This is Jack Frost. He returns as a snowman.
Fuck.
Very good. All right, next. Years after walking away from her past as a teenage private eye, Blank gets pulled back to her hometown just in time for her high school reunion in order to help her old flame, Logan Eccles, who's embroiled in a murder mystery. Diggins.
This is Veronica Mars.
This is Veronica Mars, the movie based on the television show. And maybe, I don't know, it could be based off of books. Who knows?
I don't think so.
Probably not, yeah. All right, how about this one? A lowly pencil pusher working for MI7, Blank is suddenly promoted to super spy after Agent 1 is assassinated and every other agent is blown up at his funeral. Diggins?
This is Johnny English.
This is Johnny English, the Mr. Bean spy parody thing. Next up.
You think I wouldn't spot the summary of Johnny English a mile away, Nando? Come on.
Some of these are pretty good. All right, here we go. Next one. Blank is a young and brilliant racing driver. When corruption in the racing league costs his brother his life, Blank must team up with the police and the mysterious Racer X to bring an end to the corruption and criminal. I'm going to say I heard DJ first.
Is it Speed Racer?
This is Speed Racer.
That is literally his name.
Yep.
Nice.
All right. Next up. A white blood cell policeman with the help of a cold pill. DJ?
Osmosis Jones.
This is Osmosis Jones, correct. Down to the last couple. Here we go. I have 3 left, and currently, Diggins, you're ahead by 2.
Fuck.
So this is going to be something. And some of these are easy. One of them might be kind of tricky. Next up. When he suddenly finds himself without his long-standing blue-collar job, Blank enrolls at his local college to start over. There, he becomes part of an eclectic community of students and develops a crush on his teacher. This is a movie from, say, the past 2000, like after that time. I will read it again.
Yeah.
When he suddenly finds himself without his long-standing blue-collar job, Blank enrolls at his local college to start over. There, he becomes part of an eclectic community of students and develops a crush on his teacher.
I'm going to feel stupid when you say it.
You want to take a guess?
It's on the tip of my tongue.
There's no negative points for bad guesses, so... DJ, do you want to take a guess? You probably need to guess more than Diggins does, so...
Well, I just...
You could... This isn't like a, game ball situation here. Like, you could still win if you don't get this, but...
No, I know.
You probably want to...
I hate to be like, can I get the origin of the word, please? These kids are fucking no. It's
How
like
about this? I'll tell you. The movie came out in 2011. That's the only other information that I think is. And this is a movie that is the main character.
I'm sure I saw. Oh God.
I'm not convinced you saw it, but I'm sure you've heard of it. And I'm gonna say nobody gets that one. This is in fact the Tom Hanks movie Larry Crown. Where he is on a little Vespa.
Nothing.
I actually didn't know that at all, so I don't feel
Me
bad
neither. I don't feel stupid. Yay.
That was one of those movies that, like, I feel like I saw a lot of, like, trailers for and, like, information about, but didn't, like, ever see, Like, seemed fake.
So I need to get these both to tie.
That's correct. And I can come up with tiebreakers because there's a big list here.
I'm sure.
Some of these were like better than others. So like I can definitely pull, one of these. And there's some of them that I did think were too easy. So I didn't do them. But maybe, if we get desperate. But first, how about this one? In a dystopian 2021, Blank is a data trafficker who has an implant that allows him to securely store data too sensitive for regular computer networks. Yes, Diggins?
This is the Keanu Reeves movie, Johnny Mnemonic.
That's correct. This is Johnny Mnemonic, the Keanu Reeves movie. And I will do the last one for posterity, but in fact, DJ, I'm sorry, you have been eliminated. A law firm brings on its fixer to remedy the situation after a lawyer has a breakdown while representing a chemical company that he knows is guilty in a multi-billion-dollar class action lawsuit. Yes, Diggins?
Michael Clayton.
This is Michael Clayton, correct. One of the most named after the guy movies ever made. So in the end there, this is a great score because not only did Diggins win the picture round, he also won this round on its own, where DJ got 4, Diggins, you got 5, a grand total of 7 points, which means Diggins, you won the IMDb B as in spelling bee. Congratulations.
Does mean if I won the picture round, I would have won the game, so that hurts. Right?
That's true. Yeah, you would have won the game if you had the picture. Although, maybe things would have been different. Maybe that would have inspired Diggins to take more risks than that could have gone different.
Maybe I would have jumped on white blood cell faster.
Yeah, he would have gotten to Osmosis Jones way better. Way faster. Yeah.
Listen, DJ, you should have studied the orientation of the picture as well as I did.
I know. Super fucked.
That's true. That, and everybody should watch Larry Crown, a movie that is...
that too.
It has an Ella McCay vibe, but at least it came out in the year Ella McCay is set, or like in that time frame, so it kind of makes sense. Yeah, in the same ballpark.
They were on their cars.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
that's
why Larry Crown has to go to college, because he's living in his car.
Mm-hmm. That's why he has to have that Vespa, is because he has to get to college to get his car so he can find somewhere to live. But instead, I don't know. Maybe he does. Maybe he doesn't. It seems like the teacher that he falls in love with is Julia Roberts also, who is like a woman of his age, which makes a little bit more sense when he's a middle-aged man. Anyway, Diggins, as winner of the IMDb Biz and Spelling Bee, you get to tell us what you thought of Ella McCay first.
Oh boy, I'm excited. Ella McCay, I can feel what kind of movie it's trying to be, but it is held back by the fact that I don't think anyone in this movie is a human being.
Nice.
Nobody says things or reacts to situations in a way that logically follows from their previous actions or anything anyone has said or done.
Yeah.
So like a character will show up and be like, I've done this thing and I feel this way because of this reason. And I'm like, what? What are you talking about? And then they show up in another scene and they feel a completely different way about a similar situation. And I'm like, what's going on? Why is it like this? And that's the whole movie. It's just, it's trying to be a heartwarming, like, family thing. It's like, oh, you know, kind of like the grab bag, like, life is a whole bunch of stuff that's really hard to deal with, but you got your family and it's all good. You try to do what you can. But James L. Brooks, I think, has spent too long being a retired, successful film person and doesn't know how a normal person lives a life anymore.
Yeah.
And so he's trying his best to guess what life is like for like regular people, but he has no context. So he's just sort of like taking random guesses, like an alien observing human behavior. And that makes the movie just very baffling to watch. It's not like as I often say with these sorts of movies, the production itself is like competent. It looks fine. The filmmaking is not like, you know, poor, but the movie itself is just so weird and so not hitting any of the emotional beats it's very obviously going for, that it's just bad. It's not a good watch.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, that's how I feel about Ella McCay. DJ, as our loser, you get to say how you feel next.
Well, I'm a loser because I lost the game, and I'm a loser because I had to spend 2 hours watching this movie. I don't know who this movie is for. Because, like, to your point, Diggins, something you said, actually, it was a very much aha moment for me. So I'm watching this movie. It's like, why is she governor? Like, why are we dealing with things of, like, the governorship and politics? But it's like, it just wants to be, like slice of life comedy. Like, that's what it wants, but it's like she's governor. And I'm like, oh, dig, it's like what you said about James L. Brooks doesn't know how to be a person. It's like, that's why she's governor, because, like, he hasn't driven a car in, like, 3 decades. And that's why she's never driving a car, because so your security detail around, and your chauffeur, and you're at all these important meetings. And that's why, like, I'm like, oh, that's why she has to be governor in this movie, because it's the only way for, like, it's got to be someone of such high status that it's like, yeah, they don't go grocery shopping, right? But they have to, like, visit their burnout brother, and they get high by accident. That's funny. I can't get high, I'm governor. And oh no, I had sex in a room all the time, and now it's a controversy. It's like, because otherwise, like, the governor shit, like, fogs up the whole movie. Like, it would be better if Ella McCay just, like, she can even be like a high status person at a law firm, but she needs to, like, be a person. But to get to your point, like, they don't know how to write that in this movie.
I do want to. I didn't say this in my thing because I feel like this is a little bit more of a personal issue and doesn't matter as much to other people. This movie's understanding of politics is so bafflingly terrible and bad that, like, every time someone asserts a political fact or, like, says something about how politics work, I'm like, that couldn't be less true.
It's not even 2008 true, because the movie takes place in 2008.
No. It's just completely not how it has ever worked.
Yeah, and that's why it's like it feels so silly that it's here, because it's not even making points on like those grounds, right? Like I don't know. I have things in the nitpicks to talk about that, but I just this movie's so unenjoyable because like Ella McCay is like so lacking in joy. Like her, the character, is so lacking in joy. Like she cares so much about tooth tutors, but like that's the only way she can express joy is like being a wonk about shit. But like it never translates. I guess into the last like 90 seconds of the movie, it's like Ella McCay. I don't know, it's not good spoilers, but like you'd imagine this movie ends how, of course, it's going to end. It's like Ella McCay did it. It's like that's cool, but like I'm left feeling so hollow because this movie's nothing. This movie's so nothing. I don't know. Like I'll say this. Shout out to Jamie Lee Curtis again. I'm just going to keep shouting her out. I'm sorry you did Borderlands, and I'm kind of sorry you're in this, but I get why you're in this. And
what about Section 31? Are you sorry she was in that?
Oh, yeah, that one too.
God, she's had a real stinker year, that 2025.
But like this one, you know, that was Section 31 was last year.
Wasn't it? Or maybe it was the year before, but it was pretty recent.
But yeah, it was either 24 or 25. Just last year feels off.
No, it's 25, yeah.
Holy shit. Okay, well, anyway. I've gotten enough about this movie. It's good. It's bad. It's bad. Don't watch it. It's bad. Don't watch it. Nando, what did you think of Ella McCay?
It's kind of like, not Ella McCay, but now I'm thinking like Jamie Lee Curtis's career is kind of like she got that Oscar she didn't deserve for Everything Everywhere All at Once, and they went, you have to do like some of the worst movies in the next couple of years because it's The Haunted Mansion and Borderlands and Star Trek Section 31 and then this. And I mean, she's on The Bear and she's in Freaky Fridays too. And I don't know if that was any good, but like,
at least she probably felt like in this, she was doing a good job.
Yeah.
Like she probably in the moment was like, I'm crushing it. Right.
For sure. Cause like apart from all the rest of it, it feels like a movie.
I'm not a lot of there's probably no green screens. I'm not talking to a tennis ball, right? It's like I'm doing real movie work, right?
God, yeah, you know, after like you said, Borderlands Section 31, that probably felt so freeing.
Yeah.
And
that scream
this
was
one,
when she screams. That's everything she was releasing when she was screaming.
Yeah, she probably should have done that earlier, and then she wouldn't have had to do all of these. But also, maybe she got paid a nice big check for that Haunted Mansion movie,
yeah, so it's
worth
okay.
it, I guess.
Yeah.
What was she even in the Borderlands movie?
She's the
like scientist.
Yeah,
that's right. But anyway, okay. So this movie, I have a lot of thoughts about this movie. First of all, this movie is like what it would take. Watching this movie for me, if this was a hit, would be my signal that I am in the Truman Show or something. Like this is a fake movie for 30 Rock background shots or something, and like it has so many things where you're like, that's a movie star that you could get for something like this, and that's a line that you could totally put in a trailer. But yeah, the movie doesn't make any sense together. So that's first thought. Second thought, this didn't really happen. This would maybe make sense if there was an Ella McCay who did do all of these things she did, because the storyline is so dumb and like all over the place that you're like, you could cut some of these plots, but you're like, well, her brother did get back with his girlfriend on that day. And it's like, well, I guess we got to put it in the movie.
That's the only way that
she
plot
doesn't
would make
exist.
sense.
So it's that part of it's fascinating. But the thing that I really think, looking at, because I was kind of confused about James L. Brooks. I know him as the Simpsons guy. And I know he made like as good as it gets. And it's the other like movie, like Broadcast News. So like he's got a lot of credits. I did not know he wrote and created the Mary Tyler Moore Show, and wrote some episodes of like That Girl and another probably similar TV series called Rhoda, which I kind of remember, but it wasn't as big as obviously Mary Tyler Moore Show is huge.
Yeah, he's done good stuff like this before.
Exactly like this, except those were sitcoms, and this is a movie, and like. It's a sitcom character. Ella McCay is Leslie Knope mixed with Lisa Simpson, mixed with like all those. But in a movie where a real character has to do those things, and instead she does sitcom things. And that's why I feel like why the balance of this movie is so weird is because I would not be shocked if this was a pilot for a sitcom or something like that, or some sort of like, that's where this idea came from, because it's so similar to like a kind of Mary Tyler Moore show, like can she have it all, kind of very simple like story, but in this bizarre context of politics in 2008, that like it totally makes sense that the person that wrote this movie is mostly known for writing sitcoms about women, mostly, not always, because he also wrote Taxi, but like some really famous sitcoms about women, and like this is like that, but if it was a movie, if she existed in the real world, then it'd be weird. I agree with Diggins, and like this movie has brain dead political like views that I would excuse if the movie was made in 2008, but it wasn't. It was made in last year, right. And like the idea of an Ella McCay movie. And listen, James L. Brooks, I just said all those things I like that you did, but like there's a movie here that's really interesting in 2025, set in 2008, where it has perspective of like, look at what's going to happen and look at the kind of, social fabric under, or where it is supposed to be like, see, isn't it crazy? This is what could sink a career politically in 2008. Like, weren't we all silly? But the movie doesn't seem to know that. And it's really weird. I don't understand why it wasn't set in 2025, besides the fact that like, honestly, I don't know. I really can't. Them not wanting to do MAGA, I guess, and like explain part of it.
I think it really is just an unwillingness to deal with the politics of our current era, to just set it back in time to be like, that hasn't happened yet, so we don't have to talk about it.
Yeah. And I also think, and it's always interesting when a movie does this, and I'm sure we'll get to this later, but like when it is a movie about politics, but it never says not just where it takes place, but what political party the main character is from. But it does give us little hints because it doesn't make any sense. And it's just very, it just feels very like detached from reality in a way that makes it kind of stupid.
Yeah. And also, at a certain point in American politics, the fact that she's trying to use the government to accomplish something at all sort of is a huge tip-off as to which party she must be in.
You would assume so, right? And we'll get to the specifics of her platforms and stuff, but I agree. We'll talk about it because it's fascinating. I think everybody's doing fine in this movie. I think Emma Mackey's doing fine. Fine to even maybe good. Her character is incredibly like you were saying, DJ, she's not having any fun, and it's kind of hard to watch her. But I don't think that's her fault. And everybody else is doing a them. Jamie Lee Curtis is doing a Jamie Lee Curtis. Albert Brooks is doing an Albert Brooks. Woody Harrelson is doing a Woody Harrelson.
Woody Harrelson's barely doing a Woody Harrelson. I feel like this isn't like the type of guy he is, right? Like this was a more
like. I feel like now he's kind of a scummy kind of like like Now You See Me, he's like the kind of huckster, mind control guy. And like True Detective, he was the guy who cheated on his wife and like is shitty for that reason. Yeah. Like I think his characters for me now are like charismatic guy who makes bad decisions. Like Mr. Peanut, for instance, in Electric State. But maybe other stuff too. The Captain in Triangle of Sadness. He's got some interesting. He's got an interesting filmography. But
I do want to say maybe it's just her American accent because Emma Mackey is not American.
Okay.
She's doing like a kind of accent in this movie.
Yeah.
That was very distracting for me because I was like, "What is that?"
But I see. Part of me is like, was that the plan? Where they like, we want you to do an accent that is in. You can't put it anywhere. It feels like it's maybe from Utah, maybe from Maine, like, and because I was also very confused about that, especially because like Woody Harrelson, pretty Southern guy, Camille Nanjiani, not really that, like, just sounds like he was from I think L.A. something, an L.A. guy. Albert Brooks feels very Mid-Atlantic, like it could be anywhere, and I love that about it. But yeah, I think Emma Mackey has talent and she's got stuff coming out. I know she's the White Queen or whatever it is, Ice Queen in the Narnia movie that's coming out.
She's our White Queen.
The white witch, excuse me. But yeah, she's our White Queen. But yeah, so she's going to be fine. And I'm sure she got a lot of money for Barbie and stuff, but like,
well, she wasn't really in Barbie that much.
That's fair. But I mean, I feel like she's like the third lead in the Barbie in the actual like Barbies, in terms of like lines. But I guess all I'm saying is I think she's talented. I think she will survive this. Her career will be fine. But I feel like this will always be something that she kind of looks back on and is like, right, that Ella McCay movie that was just like my name pretty much. It's weird that she's kind of saddled to that forever. But DJ, speaking of saddled to forever, we have to do a little thing where you summarize the movie over the course of 15 minutes. Indeed.
I was seeing some questions, by the way, Nando. Some people were really curious what it was about the hourglass timer on this website that really disturbed us.
I mean, all you have to do, anybody that's curious about this, go to onlinestopwatch.com, look at the classroom timers, and it's the first one. It is called the egg timer. So actually, if you want to go to...
Wait, that hourglass is called the egg timer?
Yeah, it is. But if you go to online-stopwatch.com/egg timer -countdown, you'll see it, and you'll probably understand why it's bizarre. So we're not going to use that one. I'm trying to figure out a fun little Ella McCay looking thing, but I might just use the dynamite again, because I was pretty happy with that last time, that it didn't look like some weird thing. So DJ, you're going to have 15 minutes to summarize the, movie tour de force thing that is Ella McCay. I'm going to show you this timer so you know how much time you've got. Are you ready? Do you feel confident?
No, but let's do it. Let's fucking do it.
Here we go. 15 minutes to start in 3, 2, 1, go.
Okay. So, the movie's Ella McCay. So she is lieutenant governor for a state. That's a joke later for the wheel. And, she's a huge policy wonk, right? It's like she went to law school and probably did a look at lawyer stuff. And it's like, she's such a nerd about all the policy stuff. And she's with the governor of this state is Albert Brooks. And he's like your kind of old school politician. And Albert Brooks, Governor Bill, gets a promotion to Secretary of the Interior, which he's so jazzed about. He's like, "Guess what, Ella? You get to be governor now." And she's like, "Hooray! That's so good." And she's processing it. And then it's like about here where we meet her husband, and her husband, we learn, owns is a nepo baby for owning a pizza restaurant in whatever major city they're in, right? He's a nepo baby, right? He's like,
his parents own the pizza restaurant.
But he seems to have this like kind of charming affect where maybe he's like kind of likable or whatever.
He's such a silly goose.
He's a silly guy.
We also learned that there's a controversy because they were banging in one of the rooms of some government building, and that's not allowed or whatever.
DJ, is there anyone in particular who's telling us all this?
That's true.
Yeah, I probably should say. So it's we have the narrator of this movie is Marge Simpson herself. She's like, "I'm the narrator." And
Julie Kavner is her name.
Yeah,
I clerk for Ella McCay, and I fucking love the broad. She's so great.
You are really doing Patty and Selma.
I was going to say it's Roz from the Incredible or the Monsters Incorporated, but Patty and Selma too.
But very similar voices, those two.
Right. Yeah. The only reason I don't feel bad about you eating into my time is I think this is going to be no problem. So we learned that.
Wait, TJ, doesn't Ella McCay have to think about her whole life before she plays? I feel like this movie starts with a flashback, doesn't it?
And also, who is Julie Kavner to her?
Yeah, what is her job?
She's like her secretary or whatever, right?
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna do all of Ella McCay's backstory because that's important or whatever. So her dad, she has a brother who's like 10 years younger than her. Her dad cheated on her mom with multiple women, I guess. He used to like be a hospital executive. So like he has to do a press conference, and Ella McCay is like, "No, we're not going to do this because I'm mad what you did to mom," and that kind of plays out.
It seems what she objects to is just standing near him while he announces that he's resigning. Which I mean, fair enough to be mad at him, but
So we can't be a family or whatever. I don't know. And then her mom dies. I don't mean to laugh at that. It's just kind of
one thing happens before that, I feel like. Right?
Yes.
The mom moves.
Oh, the mom moves in.
And she
that's
lives
right.
with Jamie Lee Curtis.
They move, and she goes, I couldn't remember that before or after, but yeah, that was before.
The parents move, to be clear.
They don't move the mom's corpse
they stay together.
to L.A. They move it while she's alive.
They move with the son, and then but she stays with Jamie Lee Curtis to keep her life on track. She's in senior year of high school. And then later, I'm going to guess it's like 2-ish years later, the mom dies. Because she's in college and the kid's in military school. I was wondering what that is. He's in like a little uniform, like McCay thing. We later learned he was in military school. Fucking, I don't even know if that's real, but whatever. Okay, so that's her backstory. Oh, except for one other thing. And again, I'm just doing all her backstory once because whatever. While she was, I guess it was before the mom died. Yeah, before the mom died. While she was living at Jamie Lee Curtis's house, she met her high school sweetheart, who is the husband who she eventually marries. And yeah, like we don't get much on him. Like he sneaks out the window, and Jamie Lee Curtis chases him down the street, and he's like, she's like, "I'm gonna call your mother," and he's like, "You don't know my name, lady." And then Ella McCay's like, "Well, but Aunt Helen, I like him." Ugh. And then they get married.
That's a better Marge Simpson.
Yeah,
but yeah,
all right. Okay, so now back to current McCay. So she's being governor. We're just gonna juggle all this stuff for the fucking life. I'm gonna get this order. A lot of things happen.
And none of them relate to each other.
Yeah, it's so impossible. So one thing she gets out early is she decides to get out of the gate early, where she's like, "My husband and I fucked, and we fucked in this room."
That's so much later in the movie.
Yeah,
is
it?
Like
3 kind of, or maybe
there's so many more things that happen before that.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Oh man.
What about does somebody come back into her life from nowhere?
Oh, right. Okay, so the dad, Woody Harrelson, who like they haven't spoken in like over 10 years. I think like in college, it sounded like the last time they spoke. He's back because he is now dating someone who is like a fucking therapist or something, or PhD. It doesn't matter what she is. Like she goes to Berkeley, and oh yeah, we learned that he dated one of her friends in college, which is awesome.
Yes. More than one.
Yeah, like a couple. And now he's with some kind of Berkeley, whatever, maybe a student who the fuck knows. It's like, I need you to forgive me. First, move on.
She seems to be age appropriate, at least.
Okay, fine, whatever. And
That's
she's like,
true.
Fuck you, Dad. We're not having this right now. Oh yeah, and I think before she's officially governor, she's like talking to her Aunt Helen, and it's like there's a lot going on. She tells her about the controversy, and Helen's like, you don't have to worry about it, but it seems to be hanging over for a while. Okay, that happens. That's fine. This is the longest 15 minutes ever. My God.
We got so much movie left, God.
Yeah.
Come on.
But I'm like, okay, so she's in the car. She's talking to her new main security. Well, like the same, I guess, main security detail, Camille Nanjiani. And I don't know. They have good banter.
They have what the writer thinks is good banter.
Yeah. But like that happens, whatever. Then like I remember she goes to see the brother, but that's also way later. I only remember like the back half of this movie. I don't remember the intervening stuff. Help me.
So she gets the thing. She announces it to the press with the governor, and her silly goose of a husband shows up.
Right. No. Yeah. That's what I said. We meet the husband, and he does a little dance, and
yeah.
And they learn. Oh well, the people liked that. They thought it was sweet that you're like a normal person. Oh,
and what does he say he's going to do?
I don't.
He's going to handle something for her.
Oh right, he's going to take care of the because the whole thing is a reporter knows about them fucking, and the reporter wants access, or else he's going to tell the story. And he's like, no, I got it. But I don't think he tells her they got it yet. He's just like, I got it.
No, he just says he'll handle it.
The other thing, and I guess we'll talk about this, is she's like, we can't be happy because people are in their cars and it's a hard time for everyone. So we're not allowed to be happy because it's very serious out there. Okay.
Because it's 2008 and there's a financial crisis.
Right. Yep. So that happens. Yeah, it's
does she give any important addresses or like
right.
anything done?
Right. She has her inauguration speech, And in that speech, it's a very wonkish speech. She's just talking about policy.
Dog shit speech.
Yeah, it's horrible. And at one point, Governor Bill's like, thank me, like passes her a note to be like, hey, you should thank me. And she keeps going. And then she gets another note. It's like, don't thank me or mention my fucking name. And the speech is over. And then also we later find out the husband was mad that he wasn't mentioned, to the point where like his mom during a talking to him is like, you need to assert yourself. And it's like, you should be something. You can't just be the first husband or whatever. You gotta be a real thing. That's why I made your father partner, because your father's a pussy. Are you a pussy? No, you're my fucking son.
Yeah.
God, we'll get to it on the wheel, but insane.
Okay, now I think it's appropriate. Now we're kind of at the back half now. She goes to visit her brother, and it's like, hey, dad's calling. And the brother, they have an argument about like agoraphobia. He's like, I'm not agoraphobic. Life is just hard, but he's doing fine. He's doing like sports gambling stuff. He makes a ton of money.
In his very large, pristine house, there's one part of it where there's a few trash bags.
Yeah. It's like, oh, what are you doing? And then she accidentally gets high. She stays over. There's this weird thing where the two cops are like, we could do overtime if we stay. And Camille Nanjiani's like, no, that's against the rules. And he's like, but I have a kid. I only have $6 in my name. And then just to complete that thread, Ella McCay gets mad later when she learns that. She's like, there's budget deficits. You don't get overtime. You should have been relieved. And Camille Nanjiani's like, I fucking told you. It's so fucking stupid. This fucking movie, man, makes me angry. So that happens. Then she has to go. Oh, yeah. Then she's like back at the governor's mansion. The husband is like, listen, two things. One, I took care of the thing by giving the dude $7,500, the reporter, but I checked with the lawyer. It's not a bribe. Don't worry about it. Although I paid him with a check. And she's like, you're a fucking moron. By the way, Jamie Lee Curtis hates him because he is an idiot. We are learning that he is an idiot. Another thing, I'm going to divorce you unless you make me an important thing. I want to be your co-governor. This is not. I'm not going to be your husband. He's also mad at her
because she did something without consulting him, right, DJ?
That's true.
And how dare she?
What was it? What was it that she did without consulting him?
Oh, that's right. She announced to everyone about their fucking. To try and like clear the air, and she's like, "I'll reimburse for our fucking." But the people
she gave
like
a very
that.
calm and reasonable press conference that seems to have completely handled the issue and was the obvious answer from the start.
Yes. And she got a cool nickname, Miss Noontime or whatever, Miss Noonie Pants,
Little Miss
Nooner
Nooner.
or something. Yeah.
Nooner. Nice. Okay. So then, but then she goes into like a really long meeting. And then during that meeting, the husband's like, he comes out and made a whole statement about like, she wants to divorce me. She sucks. She's such a nagging bitch. Fuck that lady.
And she did the bribe, not me.
Yeah, she bribed. Don't you all hate her now? And everyone's like, yeah, we do hate her. Fuck Ella McCay. We want to be
your story doesn't
anymore.
make any sense, but we believe it 100%.
So then the state legislature strong arms her, and the state legislative leaders like, we're going to censure you. You can't be governor anymore, and you fucked up, Ella McCay.
But
and
wait,
then,
before all this happened, DJ, somebody said that they needed her help again.
That's true.
Who was it? Oh, the dad, right?
Well, yeah. Well, that also happens, but I meant the brother.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Why did the brother?
Why does the brother need her help?
Well,
because to get his life back on track.
Yeah, he liked a girl forever ago, and he fucked it up, and he wants to ask her out again a year later. That's the whole thing.
And so his governor's sister has to drop everything she's doing, so he can go tell her that, a thing he probably already knew.
I totally fucking forgot that scene happened. Gee, this fucking movie. I watched this like 4 hours ago. This is really bad, guys. Okay, so wrapping up. So it's the big showdown. The whole state legislature is there. Apparently, they all go to Helen's bar, which is the bar that her aunt owns. The governor is there, or the former governor. He's about to be confirmed, and they have a little talking to. And he's like, "Look, I gotta stay the fuck out of this. You're crazy, but I'll give you this advice. You're probably in a stronger position than you think, because they wouldn't all come over to do this. So I hope that helps." And then she goes back in, and she's like, "Look, lady, you want me out too fucking bad, except JK, I'll resign, but you have to do something I want first, because if you don't, I'll run as an independent and fuck up your party's election or whatever. So the state legislator head is like, okay, we'll get you your fucking mom's bill and tooth tutors, and you resign. So then Ella McCay gets to live out her awesome job as like a person running a nonprofit with her tooth tutors and mom's
DJ,
bill.
what happened with the brothers thing?
Oh, he's great. He asked the girl out, and she said yes. The scene doesn't make any sense, but I'm sure we'll talk about it.
DJ, you made that scene sound so much more normal than it is.
Yeah.
All right. It's a fucking
And wait, what happens with her dad? Does that get resolved?
Oh, yeah. She won't forgive her dad because, I don't know, fuck him. So, and then we get the voiceover from Marge is, and sometimes not forgiving someone is the same thing as forgiving someone. You're just not doing it. Isn't that fucking compelling? Also,
This is the one part of the movie that felt real to me, and maybe we'll talk more about it later. But like, I don't think she should forgive him.
That's a wheel slice. I have 60 seconds left, and I'm doing it entirely as this Madge that isn't Madge, but deal with it. So I'm Ella McCay's secretary, and I love it. She's so fucking great, and now I get to live my dream as working for tooth tutors or whatever. And you know what's important about Ella McCay? No one knows. This movie's crazy. You listeners are probably like, wow, DJ did a fucking horrible job of explaining the plot. And you would be correct in that assessment. This is proof we should scrap this bit forever. We should probably cancel the podcast if we're all being honest about it. Let's have a moment of honesty. What is this even doing for anybody? There's no one's extracting joy from this. This is terrible. I have another 24 seconds where I can just say whatever I want.
Yago? Is that you?
I don't know quite where this voice is going.
Jafar get the lamp.
That's more like Marge. Now you're getting it.
Homer, get the lamp. This is one of the worst things I've ever done in 10 years of podcasting. This dynamite is apropos for this. It exploded. I'm dead. Goodbye.
All right. So we totally missed the end of all of the plot lines as well. Like what happens to the husband.
He gets his just desserts, obviously, because, they don't even explain that. But he gets arrested for bribery, and they shut down his pizza place.
No.
Yeah.
He gets arrested because a health inspector comes and is like, your restaurant is bad, and he yells at the health inspector. So then some cops are like, oh, you're resisting arrest? You're assaulting a government official? You're going to jail.
God. I thought he mentioned bribery, but all right.
Well, because he was like, you guys like pizza? You guys know your favorite pizza is this. And they're like, oh, so you're bribing us too.
God, what a...
And then also, you didn't mention that thing that was your introduction, which is the scene of the movie. It's the whole movie kind of boiled down into one scene.
What do you mean?
When she has her moment of, letting go. Just...
Oh,
screams in her room.
She screams to Jamie Lee Curtis, and they're so happy about it. This movie's crazy. It's just a bunch of scenes. Like, there's no thread. Anyway, I'll F on the summary on my part.
You did okay. You threw all the accents in. That was fun. And I think summarizing Ella McCay is tough because it just happens in, I think I would have been fine if you decided to just do each plot line by itself and go, and they kind of interject with each other.
Yeah.
But you tried to do it through the movie, and that's honorable.
Thank you.
Also, you didn't call her Emma Mackey like I do, so that's probably another, good thing. So that's Ella McCay. Wow. What a movie.
Yeah.
No post-credit scene.
No, unfortunately.
No. It's a bummer. She's not going to be in Avengers or anything. Although, you never know.
You had mentioned the deleted scene earlier, so I actually looked up if there's any deleted scene, and there's one if you Google it, and it's with the boyfriend and the girlfriend going to Helen's. Might be one of the only interaction we see with the adult version of the brother and Jamie Lee Curtis. But yeah, if you Google Ella McCay deleted scene, it's the first thing that comes up.
I'm gonna watch that right. It
doesn't seem very good. Okay.
Oh, by brother girlfriend. Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah, you got him. You got him out. She's telling the girlfriend, "Oh, you got him out of his hole." So that's good.
Nice.
You got him out. So
he's got too much. He's too much hold.
Well,
boy.
While Nando watches that, I'm gonna do our lovely wheel, and this wheel spins like Ella McCay's head spins. After she gets that concussion that I forgot to mention.
Oh yeah. She dies in the end of it, and then it's like a memory or like her head going insane as she dies.
Yeah, this is the one movie where the whole ending is a hallucination, and really the character is dying is a theory I'll accept.
100%. Yeah.
It can only be a fever dream.
And then my husband gets arrested, and then my dad is sad, and I win in the end.
All right, we have the wheel here. Wheel spins. Topics come up. Names are supposed to be the topics. You guys know the rules. I'm going to spin this. Tick, 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 tick. Diggins. What's your topic on the wheel there that I can't read, but only you can?
Right. I have a very small one here, just to start us off with, a little amuse-bouche. And at the risk of pigeonholing myself, I do think we need to talk about Ella McCay's iconic sex scarf.
The sex scarf. Yep.
Okay.
I also kind of figured it would come up across that.
So
yeah,
fairly early on, after the dance, whatever, where it's announced that she's going to be governor because he's resigning, blah 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 blah. We cut to Ella and her husband Ryan, I want to say.
Sounds right.
In bed together after a night of passion. I believe we hear a couple noises to that effect.
Ooh.
Wow, that should be on the parents' warning thing.
It should be. But then we...
Hold on, I just listened to them. It's mostly just, she goes, whoo, and then they both go, gosh. And then they go to the scene.
I forgot that's what they were. I remembered that there were noises, but that is funny.
Yeah.
So they're post-coital in the afterglow, kind of talking about how soon they're going to move into the governor's mansion or whatever. Not important. What is important is that they're, of course, doing the classic, character thing of the woman, for whatever reason, is wearing the blanket all the way up to her shoulders, while the man, you can see most of his chest. But we do see enough of Ella that we see that she's got something around her neck.
Yep.
And it's kind of like a scarf. I feel like it might be like her shirt that she just never fully took off and is just sort of around her neck. Because I don't think it's actually a scarf. But
yeah,
she just has this for the whole scene. Otherwise, the two of them are presumably completely naked. And it was so distracting to me. I was like, why is she wearing that?
It's insane. Yeah.
Why is that here? It's not like there was an earlier beat where we saw them taking the clothes off and she couldn't get the shirt off and was like, whatever, just leave it. Because then it's a joke.
But it's a joke, and it's not, this is not one of the times and this is in this movie, so you kind of figure maybe this would be what it is. This isn't one of their real quick fuck sessions between work time where it's don't even have time to get the clothes off, just, do what we got to do and then be done. But this is, they're at home. It's also not a shirt she's wearing in the scene before. She's wearing a blouse, button down, and this seems to be a kind of, I don't know, linen t-shirt or whatever. I don't know how you describe it, but different fabrics, and it has a floral pattern that kind of makes it look like it could be part of the bedding, but that wouldn't make any sense unless it's a choking thing. Maybe that's what it is.
Maybe they're freaky
about kinks.
Yeah. But I have looked at this thing from every angle, trying to figure out what it is based on a sleeve or a tag or something, and I just really can't find anything. It's so nondescript. There's one shot where she's sitting up talking to him, and you can kind of see it both by her neck but also over her back. And it kind of does look like it's got a fringe that you would expect on a scarf, but that can't be what it is.
Do you think she maybe just puts on a scarf before she has sex?
But then I'm she must have a scarf in her iconic picture, right? Let's see. No, she doesn't. So. That's the thing. Yeah, she doesn't wear scarves. So, but maybe that is what it is.
Maybe she only wears scarves when she's having sex.
That's probably it. It's pretty. This is the year of the sex clothes, you know. Between this and Wicked, it was like both of them same time.
I don't know, DJ. Do you get cold during sex? Do you feel like you need to wear a scarf sometimes?
Man, where do I? Oh, this is tough. I don't feel like a scarf provides the requisite warmth. This is really tough. We've never delved into these kinds of topics.
I think this makes sense. The scarf on its own doesn't really do anything. The whole purpose of a scarf is to seal up whatever's going on by the neck. But like on its own, it's just like, how cold is just your neck? Yeah,
like that's why. I mean, I'm not saying what my preference is, but like maybe you just got to go full blanket, right? You just do the whole, get it over, basically suffocate your woman. That's an option, right? Or just knuckle up and deal with it, boys. Or ladies,
Or, maybe this is maybe this is a fashion thing. Maybe she wants to. Maybe they have like a role playing thing where she's like Snoopy and he's the Red Baron or something, and this is their part of their costume.
Well, that's an idea.
I mean, we never saw the Red Baron. It could be like a lady dog. I mean, he has his dog that Snoopy's usually like in love with or whatever.
If she's Snoopy, then he would be the Red Baron.
That's true. She would have to be the Snoopy in this situation. That's right. Yeah.
Do you think maybe they also peg?
I mean, do I think they peg? Perhaps, but mostly because of the Snoopy narrative that they've constructed.
Right.
Yes. And I think, to be fair, no, I don't think they peg because I don't think the husband would be cool with it. He definitely doesn't tell his mom about it. That's for sure. Otherwise, there would be a talk.
I would hope not.
Yeah. But yeah, that's my guess there. But I don't know. It's also, this is 2008. This is a different time. We didn't talk about things like that.
That's true. Yeah. Nobody brought up their sex scarves in interviews or anything like that.
Not even a little. Did you either hear that this was coming? Because I saw people posting about this on Twitter the other day.
I had no idea.
About her sex scarf?
Bluesky. Yeah, about the sex scarf. Someone posted I think the post was like, I'm the only person that's ever seen Ella McCay, which means I am the one cursed with the knowledge of the sex scarf. Or something like that.
That's interesting.
So I was like, I wonder if you were surprised by the sex scarf or if you had kind of a little, hint.
I was surprised. I didn't know it was coming. I saw it and I was like, what the heck is she wearing and why?
Yeah, complete surprise for me. 100%.
Yeah.
No clue.
But, it was more interesting than what was going on in the scene. So it did captivate me.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's amazing that they're still together because their sex life seems like, not like a lot going on.
Is that not what you usually afterwards? You're not just like, oh, gosh.
Wow. Mamma mia. But also,
that was a spicy meatball.
This is the couple that is getting in trouble for having too much sex. So maybe one of them just can't satiate the other. I don't know which was which because it seems like it would be Ella. Well, no, because it could be the husband being very needy and coming to work and being like, have sex with me, Ella. But it could also be Ella being like, I'm just so flustered from all this work. I need to, blow off some steam, husband.
The other problem is, though, we learn that it's like she's kind of forcing the sex to keep the marriage alive, it seems. It implies that.
He kind of says later, he's like, my mom said you wanted to do the office sex thing.
Right.
So that I wouldn't cheat like your father did.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So I mean, I guess that kind of makes it sound like it was her idea, but I don't know that necessarily implies that he wasn't willing to do it. You know what I mean?
That's fair.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
yeah.
Well, I'm glad you brought up sex scarf, Diggins.
It was important to talk about sex scarf. We wouldn't have been able to concentrate if we didn't get that out of the way first.
Would have felt like a disingenuous podcast.
100%. But now that we have talked about sex scarf, why don't I go ahead and spin this wheel again?
Yes.
All right. So whoa, tick 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 tick. Oh, Nando landed on one of yours.
Oh, thank God, because this is one that the first thing I always think about when I start watching this movie. And it's because of the way the movie it starts, but. It's this wheel slice just says, it's me, 16-year-old Ella McCay. because this movie has many flashbacks, including one where she is quite young, like pre-college, and they kind of style her hair a little. Yeah, she hasn't finished high school yet because it's like before her mom even left. So it's but she's like, they style her hair a little differently, and like Emma Mackey, to be fair, she looks young. Like I was saying in the trivia, like she's younger in real life than Ella McCay is. Like she's I think what, 29 or something. What's up?
I think she's 30.
Yeah, she's probably 30 now, and Ella McCay is 34, 35 during the events of the movie. So, you know, you can maybe get away with it. It's way more of a problem when they try to do it with the boyfriend. Because he looks so old, and they give him the cheapest wig I've ever seen.
Yeah, it was pretty bad.
Like, I don't know this actor. I'm sure he's fine. And like, he's fine in this, but, like, I think I could be convinced if I saw Emma Mackey for the first time in the first scene of this movie, I'd go, yeah, wow, that's a interesting looking 16-year-old. But he looks like he's 21 Jump Streeting these people. Like he looks bad.
He looks like Owen Wilson 20 years ago.
Yeah,
that's good. That's good.
It's just I don't know what you do. Well, I mean, you just don't put him in the movie this much in the beginning. I don't think you really need it. But also, like, it's just so. It's such a bad. It reminds me of Greatest Showman that does this too, which we've also talked about.
When 60-year-old Hugh Jackman is like, "Hello, I'm a fresh-faced teen here to marry your daughter."
Yeah, but I even think that one's a little bit more excusable because, like, if it was a stage musical, that's just what they would do. Yeah. Where this one, I'm true. Like, you would have another actor come in, or just like, because it's not like this guy is also like. You know, this isn't the Timothée Chalamet of his day or whatever, where it's like I'm not saying we can cast him specifically so that we can cast someone that looks a lot like him that's younger so we can make that work. But like, I don't know, man, let's try that instead of going with him and then just going with him in wig. I guess I want to talk about him more in general in the beginning stuff with him. Like, when he sneaks out of her apartment or her room in her aunt's house. Aunt catches him, gets all mad. And like, he's pretty cocky about it. Probably because he just had sex, like.
He's a teen boy who just had sex. He's on top of the world.
Yeah. He's a teen boy. But yeah, he's a 45-year-old man that just had sex.
He's
in
Chad
fiction.
Powers.
Yeah, in fiction. Yeah, Chad Powers is what he looks like.
Oh my God, he really does.
But yeah, he's Chad Powers, and she catches him and is like, kind of Jamie Lee Curtis, like overbearing, protective mother. Mm-hmm. But I thought this was so interesting because even before I could kind of tell what we were doing with this character, because honestly, in the beginning of the movie, when we just see him kind of dancing with him, like, oh, is this supposed to be kind of his thing? It's like, he's the fun one and she can't handle that. But like, not like he's going to be a bad guy, just like it's going to cause conflict. But the way he reads the line, "You don't even know my name," sounds like something someone would say to like Jason Bourne or something like that. Like, it's a very, they give him a really stern line read there. And yeah, I don't know. It's a weird character because in the beginning of this movie, I never really got the sense that he was manipulative or like bad.
Yeah, this is the major perpetrator of what I described earlier, of characters who are just completely different from scene to scene. Because like everything about his early appearances, like you said, he's like, oh, he's kind of fun. He doesn't worry about stuff the way she does. He's like, the sort of like slacker guy who thinks she's really cool and has always supported her. Mm-hmm. And then sorry.
Oh, I was gonna say, and they do normal kid stuff. Like they have sex and he sneaks out the window. Like it's not like a crime the way I guess.
Yeah.
But like the movie kind of treats it like it is.
Excuse me, Nando, that Transformers movie told me about the Romeo and Juliet law. And,
that's true. We don't know what state they're in, so we don't know how that applies to the specific set of characters.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, like I guess this is supposed to be the like beginning of like, oh, he was always the bad influence, the thing that's gonna derail her career. But it's like, yeah, like you said, a very normal teen thing, especially in a movie like this. This is what all teen relationships are like in movies.
Yeah. And he gives he's seemingly like pretty reasonable little conversation. Like he has a conversation with Jamie Lee Curtis at the wedding that could start the bad, kind of spiral where she's like mad at him, like, you're not good enough for her. And he's like, I am good enough for her. And she's good enough for me. And we're going to leave you in the dust, lady, or something. But instead he says a nice thing and then she likes him. And it's just, I don't know. This character sucks all around. And I'm sure we'll talk about him later just because it's very weird. But I think the setup should not be here because of how much it kind of confuses overall what that dynamic is going to be like later.
But then we wouldn't have his Chad Powers wig, and where would we be?
We wouldn't have the Chad Powers wig, and we wouldn't have him miming the horse or whatever when she was in college back by her window, and she has
him being so
on.
silly. And she thinks it's so funny, and so does her roommate.
Her roommate loves it, yeah. And that's pretty fun. But yeah, so that's all I had here, just for mostly the ages. I love that. It's been the wheel, tick 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 tick. Ooh, landed on yours, DJ.
All right. So I want to get this one out of the way too, because I really want to get your guys' take on this. So I wrote this. Greetings from Minnesota, Wisconsin, Vania, Io.
Yeah.
Where are we, guys? What state is she the governor of?
Okay, let's take a step back and, kind of, so we're in 2008, right?
Yes.
Obama just got elected.
Yes.
Presumably, he is picking a Democratic governor to be on his cabinet, right?
Presumably.
So this is a state led by a Democratic governor. Not necessarily, it doesn't completely count on other ones because, like, Andy Bashir is in charge of Kentucky or whatever. But, like, for the most part, that figures some about. She, as a Democrat, campaigned against marijuana legislation.
In 08.
Very normal in 2008.
Yeah, it tracks. Yeah, I think it tracks in 08.
See, like, hard against it, though. Like, the way that Marge Simpson says it, it's not just like she was against it. It's like, it's her main problem with people is they smoke too much weed. The other thing is, what was the other thing? The movie was filmed in Rhode Island. I can't remember if this came up before.
Oh, okay.
Almost exclusively. But, yeah. Have we ever found out where the Simpsons live? Has that ever been canonized?
No. Yeah, they make the joke in the movie where it's like, it's the four places where, like, it's like all because it's Illinois or is New Jersey one of them? Because we have a Springfield, right?
We do.
Every state in the union has a Springfield.
Even Alaska.
Is that
one? Okay. They don't.
Hawaii has a Springfield?
I'm pretty sure that is, or at least like most states do.
We're gonna get Diggins. Listeners, we got him. We got Diggins. There's
Banner. Come on down.
There's no Springfield, Hawaii.
Wow. Maybe not in English, but what about in the Hawaiian language? Maybe you could translate a city to that Field of Spring or something.
Diggins, only 31 to 35 states have a city, town, or township named Springfield, according to AI. But now I have a Reddit post, so I feel better about it.
Do you think she lives in the same state as The Simpsons? I don't see why not. Same guy, what he writes.
Yeah, maybe her secretary is Marge Simpson.
That's true. Yeah, like, she ages, the blue hair goes gray or brown or whatever her hair color is, and then it's
definitely gray. Julie Kavner is quite old.
Oh no, I mean, like, yeah. I guess, like, it must be gray, right, in this movie. Yeah, she's and Marge Simpson has naturally blue hair, right? It's not like dyed. It can't be dyed.
I'm pretty sure it's naturally. I'm pretty sure, it's naturally blue.
It's been a minute since I've watched The Simpsons. Where do you think they are, DJ? Since you brought it up, do you have any?
If I would guess Minnesota. That would be my guess. My guess is Minnesota.
Well, who is the governor in 2008 in Minnesota? Not that this matters, but
My strong feeling in this movie, and I don't know that I could justify this, but it is the feeling I had, was Pennsylvania.
Really? Oh, no. I think it's smaller state than that. I felt... Because I don't... Okay, so let's say this. I don't think it's a mid-Atlantic state. Like, I don't think it... Even though Rhode Island and, like, New England and all that, like, I don't think it's any of them.
The state of New England?
Or Washington. Not the state of New England, no. The worst state we have.
They had a Republican governor in 2008, Tim Pawlenty.
Tim Pawlenty, I kind of remember him. He was one of those governors, I think, who was like, I don't like the left or the right, but which I wouldn't be surprised if Emma McCay is part of the Problem Solvers Caucus or whatever this was back then. Oh,
definitely, 100%.
She
believes in bipartisan. She loves bipartisan consensus, guys, because instead of compromise, because that gives room for passion or whatever the fuck she says.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah. I forgot about that. Yeah. I'm thinking like Iowa for her. Something, because I just don't think this state has a lot of people. And you said Minnesota or Michigan?
I said Minnesota.
Maybe Minnesota. Actually, yeah, I'm not as against Minnesota as I was before. Pennsylvania just seems like too important and it has too much personality. But Iowa's too kind of farm, like, God, yeah. What state?
I just, for some reason, I know Iowa is a Midwest state, but I just had like a squarely, I had like colder state vibes. You know what that is too? There's a lot of suburbs. It's a very suburby state, and I don't think of that with Iowa. I was like really spread out, a lot of farmland, but like we see nothing but suburbs. Like what would have a Helens? And that's why I'm like one of those like Great Lakes states.
Yeah, I mean it could be Indiana for me. I feel like that kind of breeds.
Then she just fully is Leslie Knope.
Yeah, that's true. I think back before they said it in the show, people had kind of figured out that the Simpsons lived in Kentucky or Virginia, one of those states.
Okay.
And I don't think she's from Kentucky because there's definitely not enough of that. I could see her maybe being from like West Virginia. I don't think this town, none of the town she's in. What's up?
Mountain Mama?
Yeah, exactly. Like, and I think, see, that's the thing. It's like we never get anything about the industry of this state.
Yeah, we know
or like what people do there.
We know that she was born and raised there.
Yeah,
born and raised there. They have a hospital that someone can be in charge of and philander about in.
Yeah, right. And then have a scandal.
And it's not California because he's moving to California.
Right.
Yes,
California, different place. And
it's also not Nebraska or she name checks two states. It's like, well, I can't be like one of those states of people where they don't complain about like Nebraska or like I think it's like New Hampshire or something. But she name checks two states.
I would say it's probably also not Nevada, Utah, New Mexico, Idaho, Oregon. I don't think it's anywhere near California either. Like I feel like it's got to be pretty far from it when it's described. I mean, it could be South Dakota. Like
that remote. Like
I feel
like we're only in one town.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Let me look at us. What's the main city in South Dakota? I know what the capital of South Dakota is. Like it's Pierre.
Is it Pierre or is it Bismarck? Because those are the two Dakotas.
Bismarck is North Dakota. Yeah, Pierre is South Dakota. So like looking at it, pictures of it, like kind of. But honestly, some of these pictures of South Dakota I could buy. But do you think this was a smart move to make this Anytown, USA? Because it's very deliberate.
I don't really know why, to be honest.
Yeah.
I guess to try to make it feel sort of like generalist, but like it's not whimsical enough to really support that choice.
Yeah.
So I think they would have been better off just putting it somewhere.
Yeah, I do too.
I guess they didn't want to tie it down. It's like, well, their politics, no, it was this, right? And that's why they kind of...
Yeah, perhaps it's refusal to say anything meaningful or intelligent about politics made it difficult to pick a state.
Wait a second, so do we never see like a license plate in this movie or something? Like,
oh, that's a good call. Do we not?
I don't know. I don't know.
There must be like some background detail. I guess if there's a background detail that is not Rhode Island, then I'm like, well, it's there. If it's Rhode Island, then it's like, well, they couldn't edit that out. I'm trying to find the list of callers when what's his name is calling people for donations, because I bet those have addresses on them. But I can't find it.
Nando, I think they scrubbed this movie of anything discernibly to key in on what exactly it is.
Fascinating.
Deliberate choice.
Yeah. Would you want to live in the state that Ella McCay is the governor of?
I don't
Not
know.
while she's governor, am I right, fellas?
No way.
Yeah.
Wouldn't be caught dead.
Do you think she would be someone people know? Like, or would she just kind of be in the wallpaper? You know, like, because Bill Moore is like the big deal. Or would you be like, she's telling him everything he wants, like, to do?
I mean, did you have any idea who, like, Kathy Hochul was before Cuomo had to resign? I feel like it's that sort of situation where he resigns and you're like, Ella McCay? I guess she's the governor now? Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm looking at the donor page, no addresses. It has addresses, but it goes just streets. And it doesn't say city.
Does it have phone numbers?
It does. They're 108 area codes. Let's see what that is.
Oh. We're gonna nail this out.
I'd have to assume it's a fake one. Okay. 108, here we go.
All right.
Doesn't exist.
Okay. So it is fake.
Yeah, it's one of the fake
movies
ones
and stuff.
According to the AI overview, there is no North American code for that, as U.S. and Canadian codes cannot start with 1. Calls appearing to come from 108 are likely fraudulent. However, 108 is used for Kazakhstan, so maybe that's where it is.
Maybe it's in
maybe
Kazakhstan.
It's like a Borat sequel. Yeah, that's what happens. She makes Better Glorious Nation of the state she is from.
I'm glad we got to the bottom of this very important topic.
I guess it makes sense because you can't have, you need 1 to be the number that you dial first.
Right,
so everybody learned something. That's good.
Well, let me spin the wheel again. I'm going to spin tick, 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 tick. Diggins, it landed on you.
Oh, great. Because I have a slice here that says, we must move forward, not backward. Upward, not forward, and always twirling towards freedom.
Classic. It really is.
And it's from The Simpsons, which is relevant.
Mm-hmm.
I want to talk about the politics in this movie.
Yeah.
Do you know?
So there's so many things to say. Let me start broad, which is to say, the movie sort of like posits this idea of Ella McCay as this, like DJ said, like policy wonk. Like she has all these ideas of how she can improve the lives of people that she cares about, and she just wants to do that stuff. And everyone else is like, oh, you always want to do stuff and are like telling us to do our jobs, and we hate that. Ugh. You're so annoying, Ella McCay, because they're just politicians who suck.
Yeah.
But if they just did this, if they just did their jobs, then cool things that Ella McCay wants could be in there. This is such a like a weird and very old understanding of politics.
Yeah.
First of all, because like it's very technocratic, which I feel like is not the fashion anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Where she's, because like her dream, her like, I've waited my whole life to be able to do this, is like an intervention program for kids.
Tooth tutors. Like, say its name, Dickens. Tooth tutors.
That's like a portion of it. The whole thing is generally just like interventions for early moms and like kids who are young. So like we send people to check on them and be like, it's, you know, we want to make sure you're doing okay. And if you need stuff, we can provide some resources. And yeah, like send dentists or like have dentists who volunteer their time to like do dental appointments for poor kids so that their teeth look better, so that they feel more confident and they get better outcomes in life. And it's such this tiny little, not to say it's not like a good thing or like a worthy thing, but it's like such a tiny, like tinkering at the edges thing to be like her dream and like how she plans to just help lots of people.
It's also weird that you mention it because like that's not her life. either. You know, she doesn't come from an underprivileged household where they didn't even have toothpaste. So she's made it her mission to get toothpaste to everybody. She seemed like she had a pretty good life until dad fucked it all up. But she was 16 by then. Like, it was, you know.
Yeah, I mean, her dad was like a hospital administrator. They're probably pretty well off.
Right? He's doing okay.
And like, it's treated as like this thing where it's like everyone here hates you because you're like this. And it's like, we're supposed to be like, this is unfair. We love Ella McCay, and it's not cool that everyone hates her. And it's like, being a politician means it's your job to not make people hate you.
Right.
And if you make everyone hate you, you're bad at your job.
Yeah, it's true. Doesn't matter how smart or wonky you are.
Except for that one guy that's in charge right now. He's still good at it for some reason. But everybody else bad at their job.
Okay, I'm setting aside the argument of like, you know, to like really fix problems, you have to do things that are politically unpopular and make voters not like you. Like that is true in some cases. That can be true. But the idea of like, we can tell she's good because all the politicians hate her, and it's like, this movie very clearly demonstrates how that means you literally can't do anything, and like none of your ideas will ever happen.
Yeah.
And like, that's unfair? Okay. You're still bad at your job. You're still not doing anything because of the way you act.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially because like she goes out of her way. Like the movie ends with it being like this victory, and it's like, dude, you blew it. Like, you could have done this today and then other stuff tomorrow. It's a shame that this happened to you. But yeah, very, very narrow.
And it's also
and
like,
maybe that's,
it acts like this idea is like so politically unpopular. No one could ever get this through. No one will ever want to do this. And I'm like, why? What's so like controversial or unpalatable about, I want to set up a program to like provide some resources for young parents? Like,
especially because even as part of the program, the part that we get most information, the dental part of the program, she even explains like it's going to be funded by, we're going to get toothpaste companies to fund it, so it's not even going to cost very much money. Like, it seems like one of those things that you would, like, Bill would be thrilled about, because he gets to pass that plus taxing everybody a lot of money or some unpopular bill and then get that passed. Like, it's not, I feel like what she needs to be doing is some sort of austerity or something in the face of like 2008 financial crisis. And just that's what's got to happen, because that's what the rules are now. But yeah, it's treated like that.
Yeah. But then also the reason everyone hates her is also stupid. Because in her really awful speech, like, just the worst. Again, I feel like we're supposed to be like, she's getting all these ideas, she's passionate, she wants to get things done, and that's why we love her. But the politicians hate the speech because she's talking about doing stuff, doing their jobs instead of just doing nothing. But it's a really bad speech because she just sort of rambles on about like really minor things she wants to do instead of like talking about big ideas or like, you know, values, which is really what this sort of speech should be for.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
But like, so the thing that makes the state senators and whatnot boo her is she's like, and state senators should be doing their jobs instead of having to spend all their time on phone calls, asking for money, fundraising, blah, blah. Let me tell you, as someone who has worked in politics, if you could make it so that politicians didn't have to do phone time, they would be ecstatic. Nobody fucking likes phone time. They all hate it. You have to do it because of the way the fucked up thing, like, money sink our politics has become, but everybody hates it. It's not their cherished thing that they would be furious if you took away.
Yeah, especially because, like, well, yeah, it's weird.
And also their idea of what that is stupid, because early on we see her go to the phone room, which is real, by the way. You can't do campaign stuff in government buildings. It's illegal. he's just like calling random people, being like, "Thanks for donating $500 to my re-election campaign. You're great."
Off.
Yeah,
he's not making those fucking calls.
Right.
He's calling like the CEO of the hardware store chain in 20 cities in the state. Like, thanks for donating like $20,000 to my campaign every year. He's doing the big money donors and the PACs and stuff. That's who he's calling.
Well, but
volunteers do the small stuff.
When was Citizens United?
I'm pretty sure it was
10 or 11. Yeah.
It
was after this.
So I guess PACs didn't exist yet. Or at least not in the way they do now. But still, these are not the calls he's making, except for like one or two stunts a year, maybe.
Yeah. Yeah, I have a lot of trouble with this character because in the beginning, the way it's set up is like he's this glad-handing politician who doesn't really care about politics or like the results. He's just kind of in it for fun and to make money. At least, that's how he's kind of framed. That's how politics is framed around him. And then when she gives her speech, she's like, and we are not even going to have any more politicians who aren't in it for politics and are only in it for the money. And we're going to try to make your lives better. And it's like, you just took a spot of a guy. Like, are you saying that's what he does? Because, like, that's the only way I would read that. And then also fucking thank him. He's your mentor and you seem to get along. Why didn't you thank him?
She's mad because he didn't use his weight to pass the mom's bill, right? Like, that's...
Whatever.
And
that's her job. She's the governor now. It's hard.
Yeah, I don't know,
man. I think it would come off really weird as, like, someone who was just watching it. You'd just be like, I think she doesn't like him or something. But, but he's very popular, so I feel like she would want to hitch her start his wagon or whatever that phrase is.
100%. Like, she should be talking about how, like, I'm going to continue the great work of Governor Bill.
Yeah.
If he's popular. That's the sort of shit she should be saying. Which, again, is proof that she's honestly a really bad politician.
Really bad at it. And not introducing her husband is also crazy considering like he's a local business owner or something. Like, this is the exact kind of person you want to highlight as like my constituents and the person who I understand, even though I'm a little technocratic dork.
We'll get to her fucking husband, Nando. Don't you worry.
Him,
I have a quick related question on the politics stuff that I didn't want to dedicate a wheel slice to. The move from governor to interior secretary, is that an upgrade? Like, is that really an upgrade?
Yeah, no, it's believable to me.
Is it okay?
Because it's a national, like if you're someone who cares about like, environmental issues, because Secretary of the Interior is a lot of like, public lands, things like that.
Yeah.
Then like, this is a big upgrade. You're like, handling this sort of issue that's like a thing you care about and that you're an expert in for the entire country.
Now, could he be thrilled about getting that job because he wants to get the fuck out of wherever he currently is? So can we maybe read into that and say, like, maybe this is a state that has bad, whatever, like weather or something? Other question real quick. Either you guys know the current Secretary of the Interior? Because I didn't know off the top of my head.
Doug Burgum.
Doug Burgum, that's right. Yeah, he's one of the ones that I forget about because he's not that exciting.
Yeah, he isn't doing
the other ones.
There's that one story where he like made a staffer get him cookies or something like that. I remember that being a story.
Ooh.
Yeah,
were they regular cookies or were they DJ? Were they weed cookies?
Oh yeah, that's why it was a controversy.
Oh my goodness,
that's a problem. Aye.
But yeah, I guess just with the politics in this movie overall is just. Yeah, it ends up in this sort of weird space where it's like, because it's such this minor technical thing and like this sort of like bland, like, what's the word I'm looking for?
Malaise.
No. The thing, platitude, the sort of like these bland platitudes about like people should care about doing work instead of being a politician and that we need to do things that are good for people. It's like, it's not actually saying anything about politics. Like, it's not commenting on politics right now at all, clearly. But it's really not even saying anything about 2008 politics.
Yeah. Especially because, like, this was Obama. Like, this is the time when we felt the best about politics, I feel like.
Yeah, this was hope and change and, like, yes, we can, and that stuff. Like, if this was, like, if she was, like, really leaning into that stuff, I could be like, oh, this is about the sort of idealism we felt about politics and these sorts of solutions and the ways they failed us in the end.
Yeah.
But it's not about
an
that.
Interesting movie.
Yeah, but it's not about that because the movie thinks she's totally good and she was right to want all the things she wanted, and that everyone who didn't like her was bad.
Also, now we're talking about now I'm thinking about it in terms of other, like, politicians, having just recently, well, not recently, but like within the last year or two, we rewatched Veep. This is Selena Meyer's also, like, favorite bill is the mom's bill. It is a, like, kind of not like messaging bill, but like a big kind of, we got to fix everything. And she can't get it passed. And it's always a big problem for her. So, like, it's another kind of direct comparison to a better version of this.
And also in Veep, I believe, at least at some points, it's sort of implied where it's like, the bill's honestly not that good. It probably wouldn't do much.
Yeah. The politics of this movie are insane, and I think you're right, DJ, when you were saying in the beginning, like, she doesn't need to be a politician at all.
Yeah,
like, she could be
law firm.
She could run the pizzeria, and then that would be like the movie about how hard it is to do that.
Other high profile things that just aren't, like, governor. Like, it's just it's way too heady.
Yeah,
you know what else is super,
anchor.
You know what is super weird about the politics of this movie that I just kind of thought of? Yeah. There's no input or, like, quote or, like, any presence of the opposition at all.
Yeah, that's another good point. Yeah,
all the pushback she gets is from her own party.
Yeah,
and it's like we don't hear anything about, like, the opposition party is jumping on this scandal. They're calling for your resignation. Blah blah blah. It's just that her own people hate her.
Yeah. Which is why it doesn't matter that the husband's story was so unbelievable. They're like, no, we're getting you out of here. And, like, getting you out here, it's like, we're going to censure you, which would make you a figurehead governor. And I'm like, I don't think so at all.
That's not what censuring is. Censure is basically just the Senate releases a press release going, we think the governor did a bad thing. And I mean, she would probably still be a figurehead because they all hate her and they don't want to work with her.
Yeah,
but it's not because they censured her.
Yeah, and, like, I guess we know, having watched the movie and, like, seeing Ella McCay, it's from her perspective, like, we know she's not good at this and everybody hates her. But, like, in a world where she is the technocrat behind the very popular governor of this state, she would be so popular now. Like, a young woman who's going to run the state with fresh ideas and, like, lots of experience. Like, people would be throwing themselves at her to become her, like, new best friend.
Everyone would be calling her an Obama Democrat. In the news, they'd be like, and Ella McCay, one of the new Obama Democrats, is blah, 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 blah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's so dumb. This movie... Like, I wonder, I'd love to hear from, but I'd be interested to hear from James L. Brooks. Like, did he always write it as a 2008 movie? Did it at some point change into a 2008 movie?
Yeah.
And, like, why and what remnants of script 1 made it over to script 2? Because, like, the fact that this movie doesn't reference Obama, I get it. It's not a specific state, but, like, it is America in 2008. Like, it's not fucking Pan Am or wherever the Hunger Games is. Like, so
Pan Am is also America, Nando.
That's true. Pan Am is America. That's a good point. It's not Earth 2 or not Earth, Counter Earth or wherever the, high evolutionary is in charge of. This is America. Even though he probably also has Counter America or something. But yeah, really, really dumb choice.
Also, the sex scandal is stupid.
Like, insane.
So stupid.
She had sex with her husband in a government building, and she's like, "I'll pay the money back." It's like for the time used, whatever. Like, yeah, it's embarrassing for, like, a news cycle or two, and then everyone forgets about it because it's not a big deal.
Yep.
And the movie makes it clear pretty early that the husband is popular, or, like, he like. honestly, I think a smarter movie or a movie about a smarter character, you could spin this into something pretty likable of like, yeah, me and my husband just have sex. I'm a young woman. I have, needs, and I'm just doing my thing. And,
totally. I mean, he's right. Like early on when he's like, this humanizes you. Mm-hmm. And like, she gets offended by that. Because she's like, I don't seem human or whatever. But like, first of all, you're a politician. Politicians need to be humanized. It's a thing. Yeah. But like, it just makes it seem like you're a young woman balancing her job and her marriage, and you're doing your best. And it's like, that is endearing to people.
Yeah. You know what else she could do? She could go on offense and be like, this newspaper is trying to slander me because of a sexual encounter that many men in this administration, including Bill, probably have gotten away with, but I'm the bad guy now, and get a lot of sympathy if she wanted. But again, I don't think she even needs it. She seems like she should be doing great. I think she like Christy gnomed or something, like killed a dog, and we don't talk about it in the movie, but like she's always been trying to overcome that, and she just can't. And maybe that was that, and then Christy Gnome happened, and they were like, fuck, we can't put this in the movie anymore, but we already made the movie. I just take all the parts where they say she killed her dog in the book out, and then they did that. But, yeah, it doesn't make any sense. But
I don't know who has to spin.
Diggins, I think you spin.
I'll go ahead. This is my wheel slice, so why don't I go ahead and spin the wheel? So we'll just give it a whoa, tick, 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 tick. Nando, it landed on one of yours.
So this one just reads, sigh, Italians. We have to talk about the husband's family, because they are, and maybe this is something too, like they are Italian American, like, but that's everywhere because you got those in Ohio, as we know from Love Is Blind. Absolutely. But they own a pizza store because that's what you do if you're an Italian American in a Simpsons show.
That's right.
And
that's the only job available to Italian Americans.
That
or
like
Lady
the guy
Gaga
with the monkey, who like grinds the thing, but they don't have those
organ
anymore.
grinder, pizza place, Lady Gaga. Those are your three choices.
And and he's like, I wouldn't say this character even reads as like Italian, right? Yeah, in fact, he's blonde, but whatever. We find out later that he has this overbearing mother who brings him to the pizza place to have pizza, like kind of powwows where she's going to talk to him and be like, listen, you're not doing enough good stuff as whatever it is you are.
First husband. That's all you are. You're just a first husband.
Yeah. And she's basic. I think that's the closest thing this movie has to like a full-on villain. I feel like the husband is like the bad guy, but she's like the Rita Repulsa behind the scenes of this thing. And I don't know. It just comes out of nowhere. It's really weird. And
and it's sorry, you go.
I was just gonna say it kind of shows like a weird, like, why don't they like her? Besides the fact that she didn't automatically give him a job somehow a day into being the governor. Like,
and also it's like, this all is precipitated by she doesn't thank him in the speech.
Yeah.
And the mom right away is like, oh, how dare she? What has she done? And like that, she says that before we know what she's angry about. So you're like, what is it? And then he's like, you didn't thank me in the speech. And we're like, wait, that's what she's furious about?
Mm-hmm.
Like, it would have been nice of her to do that. She probably should have, sure. But like, that, I don't think that's worth being furious about.
Yeah.
And it's like, he's not, he just works at the family's pizza place, right?
Like, I think so. Yeah.
It's not like she met him doing politics, and he also, like, he works for one of the senators as like their chief of staff, and like he does this type of work. And he was like, I should have a job in the administration because I do this.
Right.
He fully just is like, you should nepotism me. I would like a nepotism, please.
Well, that's how I got my pizza thing. So I figured that's how every job is acquired via nepotism. That's all I know.
Mm-hmm. Also, the conversation they have is pretty weird. And this is, first of all, this is after she gives her big speech, I think, where she admits to crime, but like, gets in trouble. And he's upset.
No, I think this is before that.
Or is that before that?
Oh, no, sorry.
Okay.
Which conversation do you mean?
The conversation where she tells him the story of the family and like gives her the little, but no, you're right. It's right after that is when she gives the speech. So or like admits to crime. But either way, the mom is like kind of like sinisterly kind of pacing around the husband, or boy, Emma McCay's husband. Ella
Big
McCay,
Livia Soprano energy.
Yeah. And she's kind of giving him the business. She's saying, the first thing I did when I get married is I made your husband the full partner in Pizza Town, USA.
Your
whatever. Your father, right. My husband, yeah, the best guy. But then she's like, but you should do that instead of just get mentioned. And she throws out a couple of jobs he can have. He could be her chief of staff, which would be insane. Or head of the DMV, which I don't think she can just do. Maybe she could do it, but I'm sure there would need to be yeah, exactly. There's got to be some procedure. But I do think it's extra funny because of how the conversation ends, where she's like, do you want to be the guy who gets whatever you want? And then this is this line specifically, you want to be clear, strong, manly, or do you want to be like your father? And I think she wants to fuck her son. I think we're a little bit into that category.
Oh man! Well, we can't get away from incest on this pod,
but I can't figure it out. Yeah,
like it's some kind of show I watched, but it's not
about Italian Americans too. So like, it's on the tip of my tongue.
God,
probably around the same time too as this was taking place. That would be airing, so they'd be watching it on TV.
Yeah, the mid 2000s, probably.
I can't. Two Guys, a Girl, and a Pizza Place. I haven't seen that, so maybe that. I don't know.
Maybe Everybody Loves Raymond. They're Italian.
Oh, they are Italian, and she would say that to him. She would be mad at Raymond for not taking over.
She was an overbearing mom.
She was the best.
Guys, no, like it's King of Queens, right? There were a lot of Italians
that's
there,
probably
right?
it. Yeah, a lot of Italians. Oh, and it was a spinoff of Everybody Loves Raymond, so of course many of the Italians would carry over.
Spinoffs, right? That's right. Spinoffs.
Yeah. That's the spinoff. Yeah,
that must be it. It must be King of Queens because I was thinking it's a spinoff of something.
It's like a guy who likes to eat sandwiches. Yeah.
Can you guys imagine if it'd be like every episode we watched an episode of King of Queens and like
God, there were so many episodes of King of Queens, DJ. That would take forever.
Still be making them. I'm not convinced they're done.
Yeah,
I've watched a lot of King of Queens too. Like I've seen all of it.
If we were doing something like that, it would have to be some kind of show that ended early, so we wouldn't be stuck forever.
Oh, right. Yeah. Maybe got pulled off the air or something like that. Yeah.
Like they'd have had to make a King of Queens spinoff called like Arthur or something that's just about Patton Oswalt and the dad running around doing stuff, and it would have had to bomb. Even though that sounds amazing, I would have watched that too. I love King of Queens. Well, I don't know about love, but King of Queens is pretty good.
It's a good show.
Yeah, it was solid. He was fun, and Everybody Loves Raymond's also great. Like I think going back to that, it's kind of dumb, but they're so funny, like top of their game.
I do want to say while we're on this scene though, like you said, she says all that stuff about him, about how sexy she thinks her son is, and then she's like, "Oh, you want to be like your father." And then we see her dad, and he seems like a really normal, happy guy.
Yep.
He's just like,
doing
hey, son, I love
paperwork.
you.
Yeah.
It's like, that seems fine.
Well, he's a pussy, Diggins. That's the problem. He's a fucking pussy. Like, there's something about this scene also that I agree, Diggins, with you were saying that how this movie's mostly done competently from a filmmaking perspective. This scene is shot really weird. Like it's shot from the son's perspective, upward angle at the mom, but like with a close up on the mom, who has like this like awful makeup palette. Like maybe that's the purpose because she is like the fucking Joker of this movie. But like, but like I don't know, like
of Ella McCay.
I just don't know why it was shot like this. I don't know.
I love as far as the cinematography of this scene goes. When he leaves, and then the dad's also like to the wife, like, "Oh, I love you too." And then we like zoom out, and the mom like has like 1,000-yard stare into the distance, and it's like, Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Fuck you, Tony.
It's like,
But then,
damn. He just very sweetly said that he loved you. Why you got to be such a jerk about this?
and the other thing that I just thought of, and maybe I'm wrong about this, I have to kind of logic it out right now, is like her speech is saying, when I was in charge of the pizza parlor, the first thing I did was get your dad a job, make him a partner. But that turned out bad because your dad is a little like wimp over there. Do you want to be strong? So what you should do is go to your wife and ask for her for a job. I would assume that's going to turn him into the dad again instead of a man who does his own thing. Like, yeah, I mean,
that's
listen,
a really good point.
Pizzeria lady, not that together. She seems like she's kind of all over the place. Also, I just looked at the scene. There's a big poster behind her that says pizza. So like,
in case you didn't know.
Well,
in case you haven't seen,
Nando, that's their menu.
It is. It might as well be. It's just the word. It's a real ugly poster too. Honestly, ooh, this could be AI. Maybe this is AI, and we got a scandal.
Let's go.
I'll share my screen.
Well, does it say like Pizziza?
Like, it's really poorly designed. If a person made this, I'd be worried about them. Let me see. Share a window. This is Ella McCay sharing. Okay. Might take a second. It's kind of play it forward.
That's awesome.
Oh, there
shit,
it
that
is.
might be AI.
It says pizza.
Oh,
There's
man.
one pizza. Like, just hideous. And that's not the aesthetic of the
That
place.
is-
It's kind of going for a fancy Italian place.
That's what you would see at Chuck E. Cheese's.
Yes.
Like,
100%.
exactly
Mhm.
what that is.
So yeah, they
boy.
but you know, they're probably crushing it because dad's got to do all that math. Like, he's doing all the accounting for all the money they made or whatever that day.
Mm-hmm.
They really are like a pizza themed pizzeria because behind dad, hold on, I'm going to share what you have again. This is really funny. Behind dad, you see the way that this place is made up are just a bunch of pizza pie like holder thingies that say like pizza is a way of life.
And there's
Say
also just a bunch
cheese.
of just like circles on the wall that just say pizza.
Yeah.
Man, that is like really bad. Like,
I mean,
The-
I
the
didn't
set
notice it
designer's like-
originally, so whatever.
how do we let the audience know it's a pizzeria? Like,
Yeah. I want anybody to be able to come into this movie at any time and be like, he does pizza for a job. And they're like, all right, we'll put pizza over there and over there. It's on the door.
My job is
sitting
pizza.
in front of a big stack of pizza boxes. Why is there a coloring book in front of him?
well, and there's a high chair. The
Yeah.
table the mom's at has a high chair.
Well, that's what he was doing before his mom came in to give her speech.
I think you're right. He's just doing a little coloring. He didn't do a very good job either.
Yeah,
He's
he
got
really
two
didn't
colors
stay in
down.
the lines.
Yeah, man. Oh, this family. However, I do feel like if I went there, I'd expect some pretty decent pizza. Because if they can't do the pizza,
Well,
they're out of business.
No, he waters down the sauce.
That's
Yeah.
true.
That's the problem.
That's a good point. Maybe this is one of those things where they're the only pizza place in town, and if you want pizza, you gotta go there.
Right.
Now you can last pretty long with that
That's
situation. Although they are going to get closed down for health code violations, so
Yeah.
that's not good. Why would you water down that sauce? Because for
Saves
money,
money.
To save money,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
you use less tomato sauce per
that makes sense.
pizza.
Well, you know, that's so yeah, pizza Italians. Interesting.
Pizza Italians.
Pizza Italians.
So Italians.
I'm gonna spin the wheel again. Let me do a little spin. Tick, 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 tick. Ooh, it landed on one of DJ's, and these are probably the last couple of spins we got here. So these
Yeah,
are good.
for sure. And we haven't really talked about this in depth yet, so I'm glad we're going to get to right now. But I have here Woody Harrelson, the Riz Master. What is the deal? Okay,
My
so
man.
he's a hospital executive. He has like a lot of money, sure, but it's got to be more than that. He is cheating on his wife, which seems with multiple women, just
Constantly.
yeah, all the time. To the point where one of the women is going to the wake when she dies, bold move, and like grabs his ass. And it's like, oh my
Yeah.
God, like you need it that bad. We then learn that when his daughter goes to college, that he's dating one of her friends. There's got to be at least a 20-year gap. It's probably more given how rough Woody Harrelson looks.
Oh, for sure.
And then he gets a PhD student candidate or like whatever from Berkeley. and maybe around his age, whatever.
I was gonna say, I think
Yeah.
she's supposed to be around his age because the voice is Tracy Ullman.
Okay, well, that's
Yeah.
fine. But she's theoretically smart if she's getting her doctorate or whatever, has it, whatever. And let's be clear, he is not made to look like handsome guy. It's Woody Harrelson. It's not bad.
How dare you, Woody Harrelson?
Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't kick him out of bed.
They didn't put him in
listen,
the stupid wig like in those
the
other
hair's-
movies.
But the
They
hair is
didn't
not
put him
great
in
this
the
movie,
Venom
though,
wig,
to be fair.
the Carnage
No.
wig.
That's true. The hair is not very, very flattering either, but
Yeah,
it could be
it's
worse.
rough hair. So I don't know. I just like. I think this was a miscast. Like, this should have been his True Detective co-star Matthew McConaughey, because I'd believe that.
Matthew McConaughey. Well, maybe, but I wouldn't
man.
believe him as a burnout at this point. Like, I feel
That's
like
the
he
tough
has to.
part. Yeah.
Yeah, he has to be past his prime. And Woody
That's
Harrelson
fair.
used to be a handsome man. Like, I feel like he was probably like the lead in some, movies where he's cool and sexy and stuff. I mean, Cheers, right? He was cool on Cheers.
Okay.
Yeah.
His character. But I'm more confused about Ella McCay, the geography of Ella McCay, again, coming into question here.
Okay.
So Woody Harrelson moves with the mom far away, presumably to California.
Yes.
Ella McCay goes to college. I would assume pretty far from that too, because they don't seem to cross over at all. Like
Right.
there's no, right. How does he sleep with one of her friends? He would either have to go to the college she's at or go back to their hometown. Like, did he target this girl? Like, is this like a long grooming thing he's been doing? Because like, it doesn't feel like they would be able to pull that off.
Maybe, probably her parents came to visit her while she was in college. And so like maybe on one of those visits, he met her friend and they hit it off and, maybe like a quickie in a dorm room or something.
Oh my God.
That's a great point.
You're in college. There's better options.
Listen, nobody's perfect. We all make mistakes.
Some people are into DILFs.
That's true. Yeah. And bad boy DILFs as well.
Yeah.
Who get in trouble on the news.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
Because, you're like, I could fix him.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I'm really concerned with the woman who did squeeze his butt, though, as well.
Yeah, at
the
a
funeral.
wake. At a fucking
Because
wake. Oh, my God.
Yeah. At the wake, it's like Ella McCay, who I presume this person would be able to recognize because she's just the kid who was at the funeral and, like, is dressed all extra special. His sister, and it is his sister, right? He's related to Jamie Lee Curtis. Yeah.
Jamie Lee Curtis is his sister.
His sister and then Ella McCay's brother, his son, are all within view of him, and it's like she squeezes his butt and that gets those three get upset. But I'd be like, does she think he's going to be cool with it? Like maybe tomorrow, but not today.
Yeah,
I
that's
mean,
a good point.
He does. I mean, to his very minimal credit, in that scene when she does that, he does sort of like grab her hand and move it away. He does seem not receptive.
Yeah,
maybe this is not even someone he knows. Maybe they're just like, I've heard so many good things about you, and he's a victim in all this. Poor Woody Harrelson's guy, Johnny McKay or whatever his name is, Eddie McKay. I had to look it up. How could you name a character Eddie in this movie? Eddie, Ella, Emma. What are they doing?
So maybe he's a little bit innocent in this situation. However, how are you inviting her to the wake? She doesn't belong here.
I am not calling him innocent. Let's be very clear here.
Diggins said he has no fault of his own.
Definitely.
He's a poor man.
Sure he slept with that woman, probably very recently to his wife's, dying illness.
Yeah.
I'm just saying he has the bare minimum decorum to be like, don't squeeze my ass at the funeral, please.
Mm-hmm.
Fair enough.
But wait, what were you saying, DJ? I feel like there was another thought.
No, just like I can't believe he would invite her.
Yeah. Well, maybe she's like the wife's best friend or something.
Maybe it was her nurse that was taking care of her.
Mm-hmm.
Oh God, Jesus, these are all such bad options.
Maybe this was Ella McCay's friend's mom or something, and then that explains kind of how he went down the family tree to the Ella McCay age child.
Oh, you think he started with the mom and then moved on to the friend?
Yeah,
I thought
you could maybe go visit
posited
the mom.
I thought you posited the reverse. That he started with the daughter and then moved up to the mom.
That's true. You play them against each other too. So then they're like, "Oh, I want him." That This is kind of stuff only Woody Harrelson's character Eddie McCay would be able to put together. Like any of the rest of us, you know, we
don't have that kind of game.
Out of luck. Yeah, but he's something else.
But, I do feel like I said I would bring this up in the summary, so I want to talk about it real quick. The one like moment of this that felt like genuine is at the end when she doesn't forgive him.
Yes,
because like it has been this very self-serving thing of his where he is like, I want you to forgive me. I'm so sorry. I did bad stuff, but I'm cool now. And like the one time she's like, okay, did you cheat on my mom while she was dying? And he like doesn't give her a straight answer. It's like, yeah, you're not interested in actually owning up to anything. You just want to feel better about yourself.
Also, you would have banged this lady who won't bang me or whatever until we make amends or whatever.
Yeah, that's the crazy part. Is the psychiatrist is like, now you make up with your daughter, otherwise no more sex for you.
Oh yeah, she's also psychotic and like
absolutely insane.
He's probably better off for her not being in his life anymore. But like, I'm just saying, I think it makes sense and like feels like even a little like complicated or like human. Where in the end she doesn't forgive him.
Yeah, I totally agree.
Yeah.
Also, not to spoil a certain show that I watched kind of recently, and I've watched a lot of shows. This could be anything. A character with a terminal illness and a spouse in that show. The character with the terminal illness is like, spouse, cheat on me. Like they're like, you have needs I can't fulfill. Go do sex. Like that's it. It's seen as a very reasonable situation, or like a not reasonable, but like what's the word? Empathetic, like kind of situation that the husband is in. So I don't know. Maybe this was that Woody Harrelson. You know, you gotta play your cards. You got cards here, Woody. Is all I'm saying. And
you got cards.
You got cards. Let's not forget them. You know what they say when a lot of people yell at you for having sex. You have more cards than you think.
That's right. That's right.
More
when this many people want you to stop having sex with random women, you got some leverage.
DJ, you want to spin that wheel again?
I do. Spin. Tick, 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 tick. Diggins. Yours.
I got one here about a part we haven't talked about at all that I feel like we would be remiss not to bring up. It just says, call the cops, girl.
Okay. Yeah.
Yep.
I want to talk about Ella's brother, Casey, and his absolutely unhinged reconciliation with Io Edebiri.
Yeah. Wait, Io Edebiri's not in this. She's...
What?
Are you sure? I've seen all the trailers. I saw interviews.
She's in the trailers.
Is she in the trailer? Oh, did they like put her? I can't remember honestly.
The like one scene she's in. She's in that's in those trailers.
Poor Io. Io. She almost got out with not being in this movie, but then it turned out she was
almost.
Yeah.
So, as DJ said in the summary, the brothers like, oh, I screwed it up with this girl, which we find out eventually in a scene that is far too long.
Yeah.
That what happened was he basically was like, you know, sorry, let me try to get across his voice, which is he's also doing some kind of accent, and Ella's is like distracting. His is annoying.
Yeah.
I'm not super familiar with this actor, Spike Fern, but he's from England.
So it's not his real accent, so I don't feel bad talking about how this is a really annoying voice.
Nope. Yeah.
He's like, geez. So, oh boy. Oh,
no, this is good. I like this a lot.
It's like fucking what's his name? Spider-Man.
Yeah, it's like Andrew Garfield Spider-Man mixed with like Rick and Morty. Or do you mean Tom Holland Spider-Man?
I meant Tom Holland Spider-Man, who does a really bad New York accent also.
That's fair. Yeah, a lot of that going around.
And he's like, hey, so I told her, I told her I was afraid that, I was like, you meet somebody and you're like, I don't want to date anyone else. This is the person I'm going to spend the rest of my life with. And I think, if I'm thinking about all the things that could be true, I think maybe you're that person for me. And she said it was weird and then left.
Yeah.
It's like,
Which,
yep, that tracks.
In her defense, that's a weird thing to say.
It is a weird thing to say. How long were they dating?
He doesn't say, but he admits it was too early to say that.
Yeah. I just wasn't sure if it was the first date or a month in or something. But either way, yeah.
So she tells him oh, you should talk to her about that. And he's like, oh my God, how did I never think of that?
You are the best governor ever. You're a genius.
Mm-hmm.
Because his response was to never contact her again and change his phone number.
Yeah.
Yep. Awesome stuff.
So he goes to her apartment and there's a brief thing where he's saying I don't have agoraphobia. But it's supposed to be clear to us that he does, except he can't because he so easily goes miles outside of his comfort zone to go to her apartment.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
And it's nothing to him.
He's just lazy or something, his computer,
Well, he makes.
I think he's right. He's like, I'm just a lazy shut-in, and I don't like going outside. And I'm like, I think he's right. I think he just is.
He's got it together.
Anyway, so he goes there to be I want to continue the conversation we had a year ago. And she's like, that's a crazy thing to just suddenly come here and say to me.
I barely remembered that thing. Clearly.
Mm-hmm.
She's like, about nothing else.
Let's go get some dinner and catch up, and then maybe we can talk about it. And he's like, no, I refuse to do that. We have to talk about this right now. I want an answer. And again, a scene that's way too long. He takes 5 minutes to get to the point. The whole time just saying insanely creepy stalker shit.
Yeah.
Where he's like, I made the question complicated, but it should have been simple. The question is just, will you be my girlfriend? And then
she obviously says, no, man, this is too weird. I'm freaked out. Please leave. I cannot. How would you ask that?
Everything about her body language and intonation says that, DJ, except the words that she says are yes.
Oh, well then.
She even preambles well, listen, there was so much time has passed, and a lot
if you would ask me if you had put it that way a year ago, but it's a lot this is going on, and you reacted to the situation so insanely weird. But yeah, then she ends up that whole thing where she again, I think Ayo Edebiri is doing her best here because she's reacting to this situation the only way a human could, which is to be incredibly creeped out and want to not be in this situation. Mm-hmm. But the words she has to say are, yes, I will be your girlfriend. And she's like, I'm as surprised that that's what I said as you are.
Yeah.
And it's
what have I done?
What could she possibly see in anything that just happened that would make her say that?
Maybe they had sex and it was amazing.
Oh, maybe.
Maybe his dick too bomb. It's possible.
Yeah.
Dick too bomb.
Maybe she was really excited about him being the brother of the governor. Little does she know. That ship has sailed.
Well, as we see later in the only other scene she's in, maybe she just thinks he's such a funny guy who does silly handshakes while you're having dinner.
It's
to be clear about what that means, we briefly see, we don't get any dialogue. We just are outside looking through the window of the restaurant at their date in a couple seconds of this, and they are laughing, and then he kind of gets up and does a silly handshake with her, and they laugh again, and that's all we see of their date.
Yep.
So great.
So yeah, I think she should have called the cops.
Yeah, I think so, Diggins. I think she should have called the police and been like, "There's a madman in my house."
She probably did call the police, but then it was Kumail Nanjiani, and he was like, "Actually, she has to go with him. I care about Ella McCay more than anyone does. I'd let him get away with whatever." That's pretty cool of him.
It's pretty cool.
Remember, he's in this movie. I said, remember, he's in this movie.
He is in this movie.
Yeah, as her driver, security man, who like just gets her, you know.
Yeah.
And like when he tells a story, she listens, and that's because she's interested in people. And I'm like, no, you aren't. Nothing about your behavior in the rest of the movie suggests that. And also, I've complained about this before. This is like the most condescending boss shit in the world.
Yeah.
Where it's like,
Snow White.
no,
Yeah.
please tell me your story. I'm so interested in it. I'm like, no, you're not.
Yeah.
Stop pretending. This is embarrassing for both of us.
Yeah. Yeah, it's actually weird too, because there's also a little bit of like flirting going on between them in a movie that's about that, but it's not, and she can't be flirting now with the new guy she works with. Like, she has to have learned her lesson. But yeah, I would fire this guy. I think probably a good idea. He's getting a little too friendly. I mean, she doesn't have to fire him because she's not doing this job anymore. But it's I mean, he's gonna work for her later in the movie too. So maybe they're in love now. I don't know. Yeah.
Him and Julie Kavner are just the people who work for her, who are like, she's the best human being ever. And it's like, I'm not sure why. Nothing about how she performs her job suggests that she's a particularly good boss.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyway, you guys anything to say about Casey and Susan and their courtship?
I think you got it.
No, Casey's a bad character. Weird, doesn't good, bad stuff. Does marijuana scene horrible. Something from sitcom. Yeah.
And he does sports betting, which is bad.
Does sports bet. Yeah, he's crushing it now. You thought $2 million was good.
God.
Yeah.
If he was making $2 million from sports betting in 2008, he must be a billionaire now.
Yeah.
That's where the money's coming from for tooth tutors. Just funded by the brother.
To be clear, I mean, probably he also does his own sports betting, but he is just like a math guy who advises people on their sports bets. And that's how he makes his money.
Yeah.
Wild.
Anyway, why don't I go ahead and spin this wheel, huh? We got a couple more spots on here?
Just one, I think.
Just one? Yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
All right, well then I'm going to spin it anyway, even though it's obvious where it's going to land. Whoa, tick, 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 tick. Nando, it landed on the only spot left, yours.
Oh, that's good, because this one is pretty important, and we've kind of brought it up a couple times, but I think we have to like I want to talk about it specifically. It's just the line, people are sleeping in their cars, presumably.
One
assumes. Because this movie does take place during 2008, the financial crisis. We all lived through, well, not all of us, but us three at least, lived through that.
God,
18-year-old listener would not have. Yeah, isn't that crazy?
You can't say things like that. You can't imply the existence of a listener of this podcast who wasn't alive in 2008.
Yeah, well, they didn't miss much. It was if they've watched Ella McCay, I feel like they'll feel pretty good about having
this is what it was like
2008. Yeah, but there's this little subplot where Kumail Nanjiani, who is, like we said, like her main driver / security guy. And by main, he seems to have like kind of made that his job, but it does seem like she would have another one, because we find out that there's another guy who works with her. It is not uncommon
for like a politician to have like one like a body man or something.
Yeah,
kind of like
Gary,
like Gary and V.
Yeah.
So like, sure, there are other people who probably drive her sometimes, but it would make sense that there would be like a main guy who usually does it.
That makes sense. But so he's working with somebody else. She goes to the brother's house to talk with the brother, and these two guys both drive her. And yeah, he's like a state trooper, by the way. That's technically his job. wait outside for her because they think it's going to be a short little trip. But accidentally, she gets too high and can't leave. So she spends the night there. And that's like silly. But then at the same time, these guys are like, all right, well, we have to call it in and switch guys or something because that's how work goes because we're going to be here overnight. And then the other guy's like, but Camille Nanjiani, I need this job. I got no money to my name and my kids are coming over this weekend. And Camille's like, I guess. Camille's so in love with her. He's like, actually, this is good because I'll be here for her later. But she gets mad at them when she figures out that this is their plan.
Yeah.
Even though she's the one that got too high to leave, and it's kind of on her a little bit.
That's true.
But she yells at him like people are losing their houses and living in their cars.
And like, to be clear, it's not like she went outside and been like, hey guys, I'm going to be here a while. Please go home.
Yep.
Like a very easy thing she could have done.
Yep. And she gets mad at him. And then that is the part in the movie where it's supposed to kind of be like I feel like this reminds me of that moment in like The Big Short where the kids start celebrating and Brad Pitt's like, everybody's fucking poor now, dude. You can't celebrate this. Yeah. It's kind of like that. Except in that movie, it's because that's something that like the movie is thinking about. We never see anybody in this entire movie in any sort of poverty or problem. In fact, the only person in this movie that makes a case for needing more money is that guy who's like, I wanted some money from the government. I'm poor now.
I was going to say, and also those guys are celebrating about profiting from the situation that has immiserated people. This guy did unnecessary overtime at his job. Mm-hmm. That doesn't make anyone's lives worse.
Yeah.
But we're slashing budgets, Diggins. You're not thinking of yourself. I'm thinking of the other people. I'm Ella McCay. That's why everyone hates me.
And like, he doesn't really sell this well. But again, this is another situation where I'm like, just say like we weren't sure what was going on, and we just ended up staying longer than whatever. So I don't know.
The guy did approve it. Like the guy on the radio was like, "You're approved."
Yeah.
So isn't it his fault?
I mean,
that's what I'm telling Ella McCay. Like, talk to my captain. He fucking approved it. Don't yell at me about no one sleeping in cars. I am that guy. So shut up.
And, but yeah, it's so weird that this movie is about the financial crisis and stuff, kind of, but it's not. And, if it didn't mention it, I wouldn't even mind. Like, I'd be like, this takes place in alternate universe 2008 or something. But because of this, you're like, this is probably should be a bigger deal for at least one character, any of them. But they're all rich and own businesses and do sports betting and have nice apartments and whatever. And
I just want to also point out in the scene where he's like making the case for like, we should do the overtime thing. He's like, I'm drowning, man. I'm getting a divorce. She's taking everything. And like Kumail, the worst friend in the world, just says, she's getting what's fair, man. And it's like, even if you think that's true, come on, dude. Right now, you have to say that?
Yeah. Read the room.
Come on.
I mean, maybe this guy brings this up every day.
Yeah, like, I've heard it 1,000 fucking times.
Yeah. And
to be fair, this guy does seem like he sucks, but it just seems like it makes him seem like such a weird scold.
Yeah.
For sure. Camille Nanjiani's character in this is pretty weird, and like he shows up at the very end too, because like we said, Ella McCay starts like a kind of activism, like nonprofit thing for rehousing people, or
it looks like they provide legal aid to people who are being evicted. So like probably like they have volunteer lawyers and such. You know, that sort of thing.
And the movie ends with Kumail, who is working for her, handing Ella McCay a paper because Ella McCay is in charge of this. And she reads that they have saved 3,558 evictions. That means 9,080 families have been not evicted. We're heroes. And then they all clap, which is weird because like it's treated like news, like it's like, oh, yeah, we finally got to 9,080 families. Like, why is that the number we're announcing to everybody?
It's like such a random number. It's not like a milestone.
Yeah. And again, this character is fake. This didn't happen in real life, and we have to use the real numbers because that's what they did that day. Like, I don't understand why they can't just round it up, making an even 10. But yeah, so I think if we made Ella McCay 2, and I think it's unlikely at this point, I think Kumail and her would get married in the future. That would be like a romance.
That's the next thread we just couldn't pull on, right?
Or he's the bad guy now. He's getting his family would pull him over to their pizza place and be like, Kumail, we need you to become president of the Urban Renewal Fund or whatever, and then that would cause a rift.
Oh no.
Yeah. But yeah, that's the end of this movie. Everybody claps at the end of the movie for the movie in the movie. Right. And then it ends. What did you guys any other thoughts about Ella McCay?
Oh, I think I'm tapped out. Don't watch this movie, anybody. It's so bad.
Do watch it. It's so bad.
Is it woke? This is really hard.
Oh God.
I mean, it's about a woman, so that's a lot of points right there.
Yeah.
It's about a woman.
Crime, technically, kind of.
It's about a woman. It thinks sex crimes are bad. It thinks the husband is bad.
Doesn't like men do real poorly in this movie.
Men are.
Thinks well, here's the thing. Ella McCay doesn't think weed is good. I think there's an argument that the movie thinks weed is good.
Oh, for sure.
Because
it gives her a moment of honesty and clarity and stuff.
Yeah. She's talking about how like the only time in my life I ever felt relaxed was that one time we did weed.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, it really sounds like you should be doing this more often, Ella.
Yeah. Yeah, and like, the bill is pretty woke. Brushing your teeth is woke.
Yeah,
right?
The mom
especially
stuff.
Today. There's probably a lot of fluoride in the toothpaste that RFK wants to get rid of or some shit.
That's true. That's
so,
true.
You know,
but it's like,
there's
is
that
the movie woke?
But what does the movie think of any of this?
That's the problem. The movie says nothing.
Yeah, and there's not even like you sort of brought this up before, where I've like tactics she could have used. There's never any discussion of like, you know, I'm a woman in this job and that means XYZ.
Mm-hmm.
It's just kind of like other than generally the rhythms of it, and it's sort of like it fits better with her being a female character. There's nothing specific about the movie that requires her to be a woman.
No, nothing.
Yeah.
I would say this reminds me of some Love is Blind contestants because it is like political by way of thinking it is apolitical or something. It's it's one of those movies where it's like, we just like consensus and people to be on the same side. And it's like, yeah, that means Republicans are going to win that seat in a couple of years or whatever because Ella McCay is just too squishy.
Man. Julie Kavner also says an insane thing at the start of the movie because she says like, this was back in 2008 when we still liked each other.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that was a good one.
It's like, come on.
Yeah. Yeah, you know what? And that feels like a Republican kind of thing to say. It's like kind of Bill Maher, like, why don't we all just get along and be friends and date people that don't agree with us about what we should do about all these other people that are here? You know,
if you're a liberal, you're morally obligated to have sex with a conservative.
Yeah. I feel like I think there's a case that this movie is more non-woke than it thinks it is.
I'll buy it. I'll buy that case.
Without being fully anti-woke.
Yeah, I'll buy that case.
I think that's true. However, I think it's still too woke for the people who care about this designation to not call it woke.
That's fair. Although, looking at this now, a movie like this, set in this time, that specifically goes out of its way not to mention Barack Obama, feels like the kind of anti-woke version of a movie like this to not upset a certain bunch of people.
But you see, I think that's what makes this movie perfectly centrist, Nando.
Yeah.
It aims to not offend anyone and thereby ends up not pleasing anybody.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
Everyone finds things to not like about it and nothing to like about it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. What a movie. And could I defeat it, by the way? Absolutely. If I was Ella McCay, I'd be fucking president of these idiots. And you couldn't get me even close to in trouble. Like, I wouldn't make it this far. I wouldn't be a lawyer because that's hard. But the lying part of being a politician, oh my God. Like, you just got no imagination.
But also, like, the pitfalls that Ella McCay have to navigate are so simple that, of course, in this universe,
so
you'd
simple
have no
and
problem.
easily navigated. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Now, here's maybe slightly more difficult, Mando. Let's say you are the husband. Could you get Ella to give you a job in the administration?
Absolutely. I would just tell mom, like, give me a week or something. Like, she just got the job where a month or not a month. They said 14 months is what the rest of her term is until potentially she's going to run for re-election. Like, let me, we got to play this smart. This isn't a pizza place. This is the state of whatever. You can't just ask for jobs, but you can get them if we'll make a plan. I think I could definitely do that.
And like the dumb thing, I just thought to think.
Hold on, Nando. Are you just saying that not immediately being an entitled piss baby would be a better strategy?
I think it would be a complete winning strategy too, because I think after a couple of weeks, Ella would be like, I should probably give him a job in the administration or something. It's only fair. He's so popular. Like, it would actually be helpful for me. Like,
well, and why does the mom say, like, she throws out like DMV or chief of staff? Like, why is it like, head of the small business council? Like something that like logically would make sense.
Communications manager or something, PR something guru or whatever, because that's what that's the value he has already demonstrated in the movie.
Yeah, exactly.
But or just fun guy who goes on the internet and does TikToks or whatever the fuck people were doing in 2008 and then gets a following, and that's his job now. Yeah, you do Vines, then go on Dancing with the Stars. It'd be great for him. Oh man, yeah, he really fucks us up by doing the one thing you could do to fuck it up. Because I think doing nothing would be even better.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree.
But I also think the thing that I would do at some point is like get some fucking inside betting information from this kid. I've said a lot of things about gambling, and especially now, but like if this guy is making $2 million advising people on gambling, I'd at least be like, what are you doing, guy?
Yeah, like, hey bro,
can we scale this? Because like I think we can make a lot of money if you know what the gambling trades are.
And those guys founded DraftKings.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that would explain a lot.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so that's Ella McCay. What a movie.
Ella McCay.
Do you guys want to get to our classic segment?
Let's do it.
I would love that.
DJ, do you have anything to recommend to the fine people?
I do. So this past weekend, I was at a friend's 30th birthday party, and he had rented an Airbnb, like one of those like big ones that like definitely the probably median use case is orgies, because it had like 17 bedrooms and just a lot of stuff. You're like, I think this is like for orgies and stuff, but we used it to play games, not those games,
orgy
like
games.
Those games.
Yeah,
and I played a game. It's fucking horrifying, but I would be remiss not to recommend it. Hey guys, you ever played Werewolf in the Dark?
Every fucking game is about a werewolf now. I haven't played this one.
What is this?
Is
it the game of werewolf but in the dark?
Yes.
Yeah,
that is
grabbing
what it is.
associated with it, and like.
So I want to read this just the front end, 'cause it's a big.
I'm gonna say, DJ, I'm not convinced it's not an orgy game yet.
Well,
I was gonna say, did you find it at the Airbnb in like a special drawer that had a key?
Well, let me read this warning and let me see if I can persuade you otherwise. This is a physical game that is played in complete pitch black darkness. To say there is a risk of injury or damage to property might be an understatement. Please play at your own risk and play responsibly. Take all precautions necessary to reduce the risk of injury as much as possible. So the idea is, it is a game of werewolf that you play literally in pitch black darkness. And to murder someone, you have to go like behind them and like touch them to murder them.
What?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Nando, it's fucking unhinged.
But then how do you know who you're killing?
That's like part of it, right? Like you have to coordinate with the werewolves. You're gonna find it's this game like does not play well, but it's very fun. It's very fun.
So like, is the way the villagers win? They just hide.
Yeah, it's like adult hide and seek. That's the thing.
So it's not like werewolf at all. Like you're not voting on stuff or anything. It's just there are people who are trying to kill you and you have to hide from them.
Well, there are villagers who have powers, right? And it's like, like you do a murder and it's like, oh, who did the murder? So it is like werewolf. You just, to do the murder, you have to like do the murder.
But what if do the werewolves have a time limit? Like, what if they can't find anyone?
Yeah, you kind of have to like fudge it a little bit to make it like practical, right? Like, you gotta kind of.
What was your experience like when you played it? Did the werewolves win? Did the people win? Did everybody trip down a flight of stairs? Like, what was? How does this usually end?
DJ, did you end up in a bodies situation?
Oh shit! Yeah, chainsaw time. Yeah, that's
it. It did seem like the game is easier for the villagers, right? That's what I say. It's not like a very well balanced game, but like it's fun, right? You're like you're trying not to like run into stuff, right?
Especially in a place you don't know, like an Airbnb.
Oh, that was the worst part. When we were like first floor only, you couldn't close any doors. All doors had to be open, right? But we waited until the sun went down and we played it. Yeah,
I would assume if I was at a party and someone suggested this and everybody was cool with it, I'd be like, this is a prank on me. I'm going to start playing it. Everybody's going to leave or something. And then they're going to videotape me and I'm going to look like an idiot. So I'm not going to play. Because it's too suspicious.
Well, now I really want you to have the opportunity to play.
I know. I'll never
in the dark.
Did you win? Were you a werewolf or a villager?
All the polls I never got to be a werewolf, but the guys who were the werewolves seemed like they had a fun time. So, yeah.
Is that your favorite game you played at this thing?
Well, it was the only new game I played.
I see.
Yeah.
This also feels like the game that, like, not to say that that's what happened here, but that your one creepy friend would be like, anybody want to play Werewolf in the Dark? Every time you guys have a thing, like, Werewolf in the Dark time, everybody. Yeah, me and you. You can't play.
No one was weird about it, which was good. Maybe you need the right group of people, right? And not everyone knew each other at this party, so maybe we just got lucky.
Wow.
But
really not selling me on not an orgy game.
Yeah, I would just assume this is pre-orgy for like people that know the friends at the party will do an orgy as long as it's not called that. Like if you have to start it as something else.
As long as we have a plausibly deniable lead in, it'll happen.
Yes.
All right.
But whatever happens, happens.
It's my rec. So, Werewolf in the Dark. Can't wait for that to show up in the show notes.
Do you have it yet? Or did you?
I'm not buying this game. No, I'm not going to buy this.
Part of me does want to play it, but part of me is also like I won't enjoy it. But I don't know. Maybe someday.
I mean, I know someone who owns it.
That's true.
I get, my house does not feel ideal at all.
No.
Yeah.
So. I don't know anybody's house. I feel like this would be played in like a field, like a football field.
A certain friend of ours who hosts a Valentine's Day theme party.
Yeah,
but not this year.
For this. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So there's work.
But fascinating.
Yeah. So anyway, that's my rec. Diggins, how about you?
I watched a little movie this week. The Criterion Channel has a collection for February called simply titled Yearning.
Ooh.
And I decided to check out a movie from that this past week. So I watched one called The Deep Blue Sea. It's very important that you put the in that title. I've seen
that movie.
It's very important that you put the in the title because otherwise you're going to get the movie about killer sharks.
Yeah. Wait, this is another one?
This is a different movie.
And that one's better than the shark one?
Well, it's very different. So I wouldn't look for this one and watch the shark one because it's not what I'd be looking for.
That's fair.
This is a romance, kind of, about starring Rachel Weisz and Tom Hiddleston in his hunk era.
Oh, like Kong Skull Island. Those were
this is 2011. Yeah. Rachel Weisz is playing a British woman. She is married to an older man in a comfortable but passionless marriage. And she has a torrid love affair with Tom Hiddleston, it's like the 50s. He was a Air Force pilot in World War II. And a lot of the movie is sort of in very kind of in flashbacks that sort of just play without context. So you sort of like piece together sort of like the story and what happened. But the main thread of the movie follows one day in their lives after she's left her husband and she's living with Tom Hiddleston. Where the very first thing that happens in the movie is she tries to commit suicide.
Oh.
And so the rest of like the main thread of the movie is just kind of like the fallout from that, and like Tom Hiddleston coming home and finding out, and just everything that happens from there. I said it's kind of a romance movie because it is definitely although it is primarily about romance, it's a kind of a bleak movie. But I thought it was like very, very captivating in the way it told the story and like the scenes between the two of them. And I enjoyed it a lot. It's a Terrence Davies movie. He directed it. Like I said, stars Rachel Weisz and Tom Hiddleston. You do get to see. Unfortunately, doesn't show that hog, but you do get to see that butt.
Oh,
so that's something.
I will say, like, even though this isn't a romantic movie, I have a hard time imagining watching a movie starring Rachel Weisz and Tom Hiddleston not being a little bit in love with it, like just for a second being like, oh my God, this is an attractive movie. So
it is.
There's that,
it's definitely an attractive movie.
Yeah.
And I am wrecking it. I enjoyed it. I liked it. And tell you what, normally I would think this would be something he'd like, but DJ, if you're excited about the idea that this movie is a tight 90, can you just like say something right now? Wow.
I guess he doesn't like McKay's hour and 55-minute long runtime has kind of changed his thoughts on movies. He wants them to be so long because there's even more of it or something.
Yeah, I think he really loved that Ella McCay was 2 hours long, and that's his ideal movie time now.
Damn. Who'd have thought they would do it, but they did.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so that's The Deep Blue Sea. Again, the is very important. What about you, Nando? Anything to wreck?
I had I've been reading a lot of comics, but I don't really have any to recommend yet. Absolute Wonder Woman's been very good, especially since the arrival of Absolute Zatanna. But I wanted to wreck a comic, but can't think of one. I do really want to recommend, though. I watched a movie that I may have like kind of recommended before, or not a movie, excuse me. I did watch a movie. It's not getting a recommendation. It was one of the most irritating movies I've seen in a very long time.
Ooh,
and I wanted to love it, but okay. So the other day, this is probably Sunday of last week. Hannah and I had plans that we ended up like getting out of the house and like going to do them, and then they got canceled. So we were like, all right, well, we're out of the house. Let's go see a movie. I would have loved to go see Nirvana's the band, the movie again, but that timing and that didn't really work out. So it was either Wuthering Heights, which I had heard nothing but bad things about, or
I did see Wuthering Heights and I didn't wreck it.
Yeah, exactly. So I was like, and yeah, even for like a so bad it's good thing, I hadn't heard too much about that. But then there was another movie that I kind of had been looking forward to called Goat. And I was like, oh, I'll check out Goat. That probably is fun or at least exciting to watch because it's a Sony animation movie. And while it does look great and like, the animation is, I wouldn't say groundbreaking, but like it's at that level that you would expect from them now. Like it is the most like obnoxious, like pacing I've experienced in a movie in a very long time. Nobody stops to take a break ever. Like, or a breath. It's just constant. It feels like it's a TikTok movie. So like you're constantly getting something happening and characters always talking, the screen's always moving. There's like multiple points in the movie where characters look at you, the audience, because of like they're doing Instagram reels or whatever in the movie, but like I hated that. And there's not that much basketball in it. It's like a little bit of basketball, but it's mostly them being like annoying on a plane or like, in their hotel room or whatever. I did not like it. That is not the movie's. Well, I guess it's like the pacing's fault. Everybody in it is fine. It looks great, but no, I don't want to wreck a movie. I want to wreck a show I watched that is, on the shorter side. So it's close to feature length. But I finished the other day, the Night of the Seven Kingdoms show, the new Game of Thrones show. And I think it's great. Like, I think it is so funny that this most recent episode starts with a trailer for the next season of House of the Dragon. And then it reminds you why you didn't really like that and you like this instead. Like, it's like, oh, relatable characters and stakes, and it's fun to watch, and you know, just like interesting, something new in the Game of Thrones world. It's super refreshing. 6 episodes, so like I was kind of curious if they would be able to land the plane, although after last week I think we kind of knew it would work out, because last week is the big one. But yeah, have you watched any of this, Dickens?
I haven't watched it. I've read the novella it's based on.
Yeah. And I believe there are 3 books of these, and they're going to make more seasons, like, because I think it did pretty well. But yeah, you should watch it. It's really good.
I've heard a lot of people saying it's really good, but it's just so hard to trust again.
I know. Well, this is it's really good part. In season 3, it'll be bad again. But like we get, at least with all of these, there's one season of like good before it kind of turns. It's a really well cast show. Like the dunk is great. The egg is great. All the randos are great. Like the Baratheon that's there, and some of the other members of that, like great houses and whatever. And it just like, after I watched it, because I don't usually watch these, but I watched one of those making of documentaries, and it was a half hour long, and it was the 4th, 5th, and 6th episodes all together. Like it really made me appreciate how great this show looks, and especially like how great some of the big scenes look, and kind of what they decided to do with them, because it is, in the moment, I think I took it for granted, but like looking back, I'm like, oh, that's a really, really cool shot. And it turns out the way they did it is the way you kind of expect. And that's impressive. Yeah, I'm very happy for more of this. Maybe House of the Dragon will be good too. But like, yeah, this is exactly what the Thrones-averse or Ice and Fire-verse or whatever we call this needs. And now it's getting a play. Have you seen this? Not that this is getting a play, but there's
yeah, I saw.
Yeah, the Game of Thrones getting, after the success of the Stranger Things one that everyone hated, we're gonna do another like in-universe canon play. But I think this one is about Robert's Rebellion specifically, or something like that.
I didn't look up a lot of information about it. I just saw it was happening.
I know it's something we haven't seen yet in that universe, so it's either that or the Mad King. It's one of them, but or the Mad King, or like maybe Aegon the First or whatever. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, some people like the Harry Potter one, so maybe this can be good. But I'm skeptical, and I just love that George R. Martin just doesn't want to make the books anymore, and refuses, and isn't going to let anybody else do it either. Really funny. This is why you don't read books, kids. You watch TV shows like Firefly that never get canceled or whatever.
Mm-hmm. And they never turn out bad, like Game of Thrones.
And they always work out. And so that's that. That's the thing that I watched this week. And I'd recommend it. I think it's funny, it's comedy, but it gets like dramatic and stuff. But it also does like traditional comedy beats, like cutaway gags, the way that like you would expect in just a standard sitcom, but in the Game of Thrones style, which is very interesting. That also means you got some weird shots in this season of like, you know, smash cut to a horse pooping, or like smash cut to some guy with his dick out, because those are funny.
Yeah.
But be ready for those, because they are there. But it's usually only one an episode. And I hope they
hog an episode.
Well, one weird thing an episode. So like either a hog or a pooping or something like. I know. I think once you see the hog, you'll be like, this is enough for me. Like I'm good with this for a while. I hear they started filming it like the next season, like last December or something like that. So should get it soon. The other thing I want to recommend, and I had to recommend this to because Hannah had not seen this, and I understand why. I understand why anybody would not want to watch a second of the Olympics, because they're stupid. Almost always a huge waste of time. I will say, Alysa Liu, who is our one who we're supposed to like and is the big champion of the Olympics, she did at least 2 routines. I think she may have been the third, but there's 2 one that was like an exhibition thing that's good, but then the actual gold medal like skating thing that she did. It's like 7 minutes long. Incredible. And like really, really, really cool. And she's 20, which is wild. She's woke, which is great. So, you know, because we have to enjoy that now.
The Olympics over the course of its existence has sort of morphed into less of a demonstration of human athleticism and more of a competition for countries to find its supplest teens who can be molded into inhuman machines of sport.
It really is. And this one, like I said, she's 20. I was curious about this, so I went to see if there was an interview with her on some late night show or something, and there wasn't, because a lot of them were off this week. But there was a clip of her, and I didn't watch it, from 7 years ago on Jimmy Kimmel, which means she was doing this when she was 13. Which I'm sure she did it her whole life, but she was a name since she was 13. That's crazy.
To operate at an Olympic level, it's got to be like that. That's how it is now.
Oh yeah, it's wild. I mean, when I was in grade school, I guess, the ice skating rink in the town over from us was where Tara Lipinski used to practice constantly. So it was my first sense of this is hell for them, but maybe they loved it. And she seems like she's really having fun. And I don't know, did you watch any of this performance, Diggins? Or DJ, of course, but Diggins, did you?
I have not seen the performance, no. I saw generally stuff about her. I'm aware of what you're talking about.
Yeah, and then after she wins, because I don't think she fully knows she wins, because it's one of those sports that has judging and points and stuff. But I think by the end, she's pretty much, she knows she wins. So she just looks at the camera, directly in the camera as she's coming on the ice, and says, as she's leaving, and says that's how you fucking do it, or something. So that was cool. But yeah, very, very impressive. Go America, except for our mean hockey team or whatever. But the rest of them, everybody else is cool.
Or our male figure skater who choked.
Oh, we had a bad one. I didn't even see anybody else besides this one.
It's kind of a funny thing. Ultimately, it's in one of the male figure skating ones, it was there was this one teen from Kazakhstan who performed, and it was one of those ones where it's you do a short one and then a long one or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And his short one wasn't very didn't get a lot of points, so it's he has to nail this here, and then everyone else has to do bad.
Right.
And he did nail it, and so okay, so he did well on this one. And then the American who was the favorite went in and just kept not doing his quad jumps because he kept messing up the setup or something. He kept choking. Mm-hmm. And just every single person after him, just one after the other, just fell or didn't do things they were supposed to do, or just choked. So the Kazakhstani teen ended up winning because everyone else did bad.
Good for him. I thought you were going to say, because is this the guy that did the backflip on the ice skates? Because I did see videos of that.
Yes, it is that guy.
That's kind of cool. Wait, but was that the Kazakhstani or is that the American?
I think that was the American one, because the whole thing is he's crazy. He does insane things that would probably kill you if you tried to do them. So that's why he was the favorite to win. But yeah, when it came to his routine, he choked.
Yeah. It's too bad. And we didn't even get the most medals, I think. I think Norway got the most or something like that. Or
well, it's the Winter Olympics. What do you want?
I want us to win, except I don't give a shit. But also, I don't know. I'm used to us winning all the Olympics because we're always so good at them. Because we're one of those countries that can invest money into dumb stuff like biathlon or whatever.
Yeah. First you ski and then you shoot. The two sports.
Not that the biathlon people need money, because have you heard about what's going on with the biathletes this year?
No.
One of them went on TV. So I don't think they're American. One of them is definitely French. The woman is French. But then the man in the men's biathlon won, and in his little speech was I'm really sorry. I'm having the worst day because my girlfriend broke up with me because I cheated on her a couple days ago.
I think it was the Norwegian guy.
Okay, yeah. So then there's that one. And then on the women's side, one of the French biathletes went to jail, but then was released from jail because she stole the other biathlete's credit card numbers and did credit card fraud. So they're all over the place, these biathletes. Something about handing people a gun and telling them to skate around just rattles your brain.
They say biathletes are the bad boys of the Olympic Village.
They really are. And now that I know, I had never put that together, but I'm going to be on the lookout next Winter Olympics. Isn't it crazy the next Olympics is going to be here?
Oh, allegedly they'll be here.
Yeah.
And we'll see.
Man. Yeah, we got to do the World Cup first and fuck that up, and then maybe they'll take it away. But Anyway, yeah, speaking of things that worth talking about in the future, you guys want to do some plugs? DJ, do you have anything to plug for the fine people? All right, then, DJ, do you have anything to plug for the fine people?
I do. I have a very special plug, Nando. I would like to plug the latest episodes, latest 2 episodes of Roses and Rejections, where you came on to host a couple Love is Blind pods with me.
Wow.
So
incredible.
Yeah, it's been fun talking about Love is Blind with you. Very different pod. And I don't know what it is about when we get to pod together, but the first one was like an hour and a half. The most recent one was 2 hours. The most recent one was 2 hours.
To be fair to us, I do think as this season started, it seemed like it would be boring. And then the second pod, so much stuff happened that was like, oh my God. And then this guy did this on the internet afterwards. So it's been a very fruitful season.
It's a couple things. One is, so the first episode, there were so many couples to talk about. And then there's still a ton of couples to talk about in the most recent episode. Yeah. But like the most recent episode only covered, or like our episode covered 3 Love is Blind episodes. But still incredible. We haven't recorded the third one, which will only be 2 episodes, but I assume that'll be 3 hours. Because of all the internet stuff to talk about.
It's so complicated.
So much. It's
songs families are releasing, and just it's incredible.
Yeah, but you can listen to that on the Pop Break podcast feed. Roses and Rejections. Dana's going to be with me throughout Love is Blind, so I think like 2 or 3 more episodes. And then Bachelorette will be starting soon. And Michelle refuses to do it, so
I don't know.
She's not going to be on for a while.
Who's your Bachelorette co-star?
She refuses to do the Bachelor?
That one I've never watched.
She won't do this season, partly because she's like, I'm still kind of like blah, 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 baby, but also I don't feel like it, which valid. It's valid. So I have a couple people lined up for that. So
it's good. You should do a thing where you whittle them down to 0. Like if you start with 10 co-hosts, and then eventually have 1 co-host.
That. And you can give them, the ones who get to stay, a rose, and then the ones who don't get to stay, you give them a rejection.
Yeah,
that's right.
I like that. It's very good. Well, that's my recommendation.
That's great. Diggins, what about you? Do you have anything to plug for the fine people?
Nope. What about you, Nando?
Videos and stuff, usual stuff. Obviously, the Roses and Rejections podcast I'm on, which I did listen back to the first one of the other day. I think it's quite good. I'm excited for the second one because the second one gets real crazy because of how stupid and like strange these contestants are. I was really worried that this season would suck, but it's apparently cool. Matt and videos and I think that's it.
All right.
Well, so next week, what are we doing next week?
Good question. Maybe we should say we're doing a dead again and then not do it.
Yeah, that's my favorite thing to do. Yeah.
Well, then maybe we'll do a dead. You never know. But until next week, I've been at Nando V Movies on Twitter.
I'm at Zippy by Day on all the socials.
I'm at C Diggins exclusively on Bluesky.
Goodbye, everybody. Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye. We love you.
All right. Thanks, boys.
Okay. I'm going to stop the recording for a second.